Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Good evening. Good evening to the great people. Good evening to the great people. I appreciate y'all for pulling up tonight. You're now rocking with the best. We already know that. So that's out the way. Mr. Brian Etta, I see you in the building. Mr. Alonzo Hall, you know he on deck, y'all. Al Pizzle, appreciate you for your support. New York Nikki, Shaw Willie, I see you. I see y'all in here. Let's see who up in here. Shed We Here. City Bama, you already know. Team Guardian in the building. I appreciate y'all. Everybody who's anybody. You know, who's spending some time with me. I'm not upset with that. Let me share this with a couple of more people. You know what I'm saying? We got a good one for y'all tonight. No, I think we got a great one for y'all tonight. Gonna be one of them crazy nights on YouTube. You dig? You know, fortunately, this is not gonna be one of them crazy nights on YouTube. We got a man by the name of Mr. Alonzo Hall that's gonna pull up tonight and give us a little part of his story. Inshallah, he's still here, but something more important about his story, something that we do not talk about in our communities, in our neighborhoods, well, you know, in our hoods, because the neighborly part is gone. So that's why they call our communities hoods, because the neighborly part is totally gone. But we got Mr. Alonzo Hall down there from the Trey 4, Winston-Salem, that's going to sit up here and talk to y'all about the importance of life insurance. Some people thought that he was coming here to sell life insurance. No, that's not what he is doing. He's coming here to break down some of the intricate details pertaining to life insurance that some of us are scared to even tackle. I'm going to be putting his cash up tonight. I'm going to be putting his cash app up tonight. The reason why I will be putting his cash app tonight, because he charges a consultation fee. Did he say he wanted anybody over here to pay him for this knowledge that he's given us? No. Damn sure didn't. He said he's more than welcome to come over here and reach out to people, especially people that's pertaining to something like this. But since the man is coming over here, since the man is taking some time out of his busy schedule to come over here and enlighten us with a few things, I could think the least we can do is to support his cash app, not my cash app. I'm going to get his cash app and everything and put it up on the screen. Support his cash app, not my cash app. We ain't in no conjunction or nothing like that. No, I'm not getting him. Yo, check this out. This ain't one of them plots, you know, like, oh, yo, check this out. Why don't you just pop up and say you know about insurance? Nah, this dude right here is sharper than a number 2 pencil on test day, y'all. But forgive my rudeness. How's everybody in the chat doing tonight? And if it's the first time that you're coming over to the Big Dice Chronicles, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. I'm noticing, hey, y'all got me to 1,000 quicker than some cornbread getting made in the oven. But what I need y'all to do is go one step further, please. I humbly ask you this. Hit the bell notification. The reason why I want you to hit the bell notification, because there are some times that I might be going live during the day. Might be sometimes I'm going live during the night. I might pop up one night. Can't sleep. Got some things on my mind because this is my venting place. Team Guardian, we started a little thing over here concerning with each other, making sure we all right from all aspects. So if you hit that bell notification, you'll know exactly when I'm going live. Let's get into these sponsors. Shout out to my man Walt, man. Shout out to my man Walt over at The Real Fronto on Instagram. The Real Fronto on Instagram. The best grabber, the best fronto that I have personally consumed and purchased since the 90s. Anybody wants to know what grabber is? Grabber is just fronto leaf. Fronto leaf is just tobacco leaf that's cut down into a fine form where sometimes people use it to stretch, their marijuana because it's legal today. And sometimes people use this to make their own cigarettes as opposed to waiting for to go to the store and so forth. The leaf, though, is the fronto leaf. Some people use these things as cigars as far as rolling up, But if you're interested in The Real Fronto, do me a favor. If you have an Instagram account, go over to The Real Fronto. Tell Walt the Big Dice sent you. Go through their catalog. Black-owned family business. They right in Virginia, based out of Virginia, as far as their farming and everything, and tell them Big Dice sent you. Shout out to my man Dav over there, Legal Guap. LEGALGUAP, 3 at Instagram, Rondo Reddo at Facebook, 03 Bubble Pulp at Instagram. Great clothing line he brought out for us, by us. Go over there and tell him Big Dice sent you. Hit him on his Instagram, on any one of them Instagrams or his Facebook, and he will give you a what? A discount. And I've purchased the stuff also, and people have purchased the stuff also, and they're telling me the same thing I'm saying, great quality. This is my man Dav right here. This is one of his suits he got. Any color coordination that you can think of, whether it's something about a team, whether it's something about your nationality, where you're from, he will put it together for you. Just call him, give him the coordination, give him a week or two, and you'll have it. These right here are some of the bucket hats that they have for the females. If you notice, these right here are specifically for the females because of the overlapping bill on the front of them as opposed to the ones that men wear. I'm going to show you some of the ones that he got for men too. Dunbars, I see you. These are some of the sweatsuits he got. Unisex sweatsuits, men and women. Men and women. He had them for the men. He got them for the little princes, the young gentlemen. He got them for the little ladies. You see, he got everything from the hats to the face masks. He got socks, leotards, and he said he's working on the thongs also for the ladies, He got the leotards, for the ladies, for the summertime is coming up. He has more stuff actually on his catalog. These are just some of the things that I've had, and I've just been teasing y'all because I'm direly wanting y'all to go over there and check out what my man got. If you didn't see the interview I just did with him last week, the Legal Guap interview, check it out. Fire. Some of the things that he got right here, like, the hooded altar tops for the females. This is the design of the baseball hats he has for the men, just like everything we have, Whatever color coordination you want. Whatever color coordination you want. For the guys out there and the gals out there that's interested in personalized clothing, such as jeans, jackets, or whatever, I need you to go check my man Lord over at First Messiah on Instagram, the number 1, STMESSIAH. This was a regular Army jacket before I gave it to him. Regular plain Army jacket that I got from the Army and Navy store in Brooklyn. He does customize his jackets. He's an artist. You give him an idea, he'll take it from there. Prices may vary. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's the front of the jacket. This is the back of the jacket that he did for me. Very talented man. And he also has a clothing line. I've wore some of his clothing line before. This is the symbol. This is the emblem. If you go to First Messiah on Instagram, this is his symbol. The name of his clothing line is Saki International. Saki International. SAKEI International INT. These are some of the new summer hats that he pulled up. Like I said, if you go to First Messiah, the number 1 ST, Messiah, MESSIAH on Instagram, you definitely can see the whole collage of things that he's got. Go tell him Big Dice gave you this information and support the God. You know what I'm saying? And support the God. Word up. But back to what I was saying, how y'all feeling today, man? Y'all ready? Y'all prepared? Y'all ready to get this information? Are y'all ready? Because I'm going to drop the link for my man to come up. He's going to give y'all a little presentation and a story about, a little quick story about his life, how he came up, certain things that he overcame, is, you know, where he went from to where he's became today. He actually just told me he purchased a new car. He said he's in his feelings. He just went and bought the brand new Benz. If you was there for the live last night, he told you he's definitely a fan of the Mercedes-Benz brand. But shit, hard work. Hard work, why you can't pay? Why can't that be paid off like that? Word up. And if anybody wants to come up, this is his Cash App right here. I'm going to leave that up. Anybody wants to come up and talk to him after the presentation or during the presentation, all you have to do is let us know. If you want to, don't feel comfortable coming up here talking to him about it, there are questions that he will answer. You dig what I'm saying? From the chat. Simple and plain. I'm hitting him right now. He should be hitting that link any minute. What y'all smoking on? If y'all notice, I waited. He's in the building, y'all. He said he'll be up in 1 minute. If you notice, I waited. Because you know me. Running around working today. If I'd have came home and passed out, y'all have been like, oh, shit, Dice said it. He said it for none. The reason why I had to push it back a little more because I came home a little late. I had to take Zeus out. Shout out to the senior citizen Zeus. He's still in the building. He rocking and rolling. The reason why I thought this was such a, in particular, conversation that we needed to have, unfortunately, I've had so many incidents pertaining to people passing away and the responsibility and the obligation of them being buried in their final funeral arrangements are left upon family members behind. Too many times. I don't know if y'all seen this in y'all family. It's happened in my family too many times. Someone passed away, unfortunately, just taking advantage of the hands of time. And then when they pass away, that funeral parlor don't care nothing about that. And then we have to be coming together as a family, which we're supposed to do anyway. Wind up coming together as a family, pulling up our scraps here, pulling up our scraps here, and making sure there's a service or a funeral. Might not be the best or the most extravagant, but it will be a funeral. But I think after the night, talking to Mr. Alonzo Hall, you might have a different perspective. You might tell yourself, yo, this is something that I might need to look into. Like I said, he's not telling you anything about buying any insurance from him. He's not here to sway you to go to any in particular insurance company. He's just here to tell you the importance of having life insurance, the importance of having burial insurance. Because some people, like I said, they feel as though there's no need to have these outlandish life insurances, $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, et cetera, up to $1 million. Some people feel as though, quote unquote, all they need is burial expenses. But Mr. Alonzo let me know something yesterday. In certain states, it starts at 45 years old. What if you passed away before 45 years old? Some states, 50 years old, where you can be eligible just to have burial insurance. Without further ado, we got my man in the background. He about to pop up. And I want y'all to give a warm welcome to Mr. Alonzo Hall. What's happening, brother?
Salute. What's going on, bro? I am right now. No doubt. I am right now enjoying a little bit of the fruits of my labor. I'm out with my big cousin, who's a business owner. He owns 2 businesses out here in Connecticut. And I just bought a nice little Benz, so I was taking him out for a ride.
Yeah, I told him
simultaneously while doing this. Yeah,
right.
so
I told him that.
I had to run out and run out with my cousin right quick, just take him on a brief ride, see what things is like. So bear with me. I am driving as we speak, just in my new baby. Like I said, it's
I know that's right.
16 E350.
Sound crystal clear.
Trying to get used to it.
Audio.
No doubt. Beautiful. Left, right. Take this right. All right. Fuck it. So yeah, I still want to be able to at least speak to you guys, about a lot of these things. One of the things that you mentioned as you were introducing me was, hey, listen, often, especially in our community, we think of it only for burial. We don't think of it as forms of collateral, right? Where it can actually create that generational wealth that our community talks about all the time, right? So, prime example, you were talking about the homie who was locked up and how he had to use bail money or get the bail bondsman and use a percentage, right? And then go get, collateralize his aunt's house, right?
Yes, sir.
As opposed to, well, if he had a cash value life insurance policy that was in force for at least 2 years, you can become your own bail bondsman. Because at that point, you can borrow the cash or collateralize the death benefit.
Yes, sir.
All right. So those are things that aren't taught to our people at all, which is why we think of life insurance as just, nigga, when I die, somebody get a check. I ain't trying to make nobody rich. All right.
That's right.
Or, like I was speaking with an elderly lady today who was like in her 60s, and she was like, I just canceled it because I figured I'm giving this insurance company all this money, and when I die, it ain't gonna be enough to bury me, and it ain't leaving, nothing to nobody now. And I'm like, well, the issue with that, ma'am, is that insurance is what's called a multiplier of money. Right. So, for example, if you put $100 a month away, right, yourself in a regular bank to go ahead and give your family $100,000, how many months would you have to put $100 away? 1,000. Now, 360 months is what, 10 years? So, left. So 360 months. 7-Eleven. Yeah. So 360 months is 10 years, right? And so that's a long time when you're looking at putting money away that really isn't going to matriculate into anything for the people that it's left to, right? What do I mean by that? So Warren Buffett said during the pandemic, this is the destruction of inflation, and inflation is higher than the numbers I'm about to give you. So in 2020, if you put $100,000 into the regular bank account, Chase, Wells Fargo, whoever, and left it there for 10 years, right? Because of inflation, in 2030, your $100,000 is worth $50,000, meaning that $100,000 is still going to say $100,000 on your balance sheet, but it's only going to buy $50,000 worth of shit. Right? Because the power of your dollar, and this is with only a 3% annual inflation. Right now, we're at like fucking 9%. Right? So there's almost nothing that is completely sheltered from inflation. Definitely not investments.
Facts.
Right. I mean, I showed y'all yesterday. If y'all weren't here yesterday, it was a preview to today, and hopefully many more where I can bring other professionals up too. I don't want to hog the shine.
Oh, no,
right?
Nobody no shine. We need all this, bro. Each one teach one over here.
Yeah. So, there's I showed y'all yesterday. Investments. The minimum was fucking. It was. You got to have $200,000 a year for 3 years. If you don't, whatever the fuck you're doing is not investing. It's basically what the fucking federal government says. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So wow, this shit is quiet inside when you roll up the windows. I'm sorry, I'm used to driving a damn Ford Taurus, bro. So this shit different.
I know that's right.
So I apologize if I'm all over the place because I am, but I'm a little distracted, obviously, because I ain't expect to go pick up my whip today.
That's right.
But any questions, concerns, comments, directions you want me to go, things you want me to address?
First of all, let them know who you are. Let them know a little bit about your life. What made you come to this decision of selling insurance? Tell them everything. Tell them about yourself. Where you from? What happened? Transitions in your life, certain things. And when you get back to the house, hopefully you can pull that screen back up and let these people get into this work.
Okay. So we'll start. I was born and raised New Haven, Connecticut. Then I went down to Georgia in about 2006. This one. I went down to Georgia in about 2006. From there, I did a little time in jail. After that, I did get released. I didn't have any felonies or anything. So, I did a short stint in jail. It wasn't like I did a bullet in it. Right? But I did a little bit of time. And then from there, I moved from Georgia to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, aka the Trey Folk. That's where I ended up getting shot 5 times in front of my mother 3 days before Mother's Day. That's what partially invigorated me to remain in or get into the life insurance industry. Why? Because I got shot 5 times, right? But after getting shot 5 times, I moved from North Carolina back to Connecticut. I then shout out the Fat Man Scoop and his ex-wife. They had a TV show called Man and Wife TV, and they had a forum. That's where me and my wife met online. She was from Brooklyn. I was from Connecticut. I went out there, visited her. She cooked for me on our first date, and that was love at first sight, right? So once that happened, that was... Say again?
I said, I know that's right.
Yeah, she cooked a fucking meal. I was like, yeah, that's it. So that was beautiful. And then a few years after moving there, I got into working at Macy's Herald Square at the cellar. Ended up killing it there. Moved to furniture and mattresses on the 9th floor. Became the #1 salesperson in 2 months. And then I saw a commercial for Aflac. And the commercial said, if you like to educate your customer and make money, then insurance is the business for you. And I was like, oh, word. And it's kind of flexible. And at first I didn't understand exactly how the business works. When they were saying 50% commission, I thought I got 50% of whatever the person bought, not 50% of what the person paid. Straight right or left, bro? Straight up. So I thought, anyway, long story short, I got into the industry and I started learning about it. And I was like, oh, shit, damn, we shouldn't have been bullshitting this. I got to teach my people about this. And I come from a certain perspective. So like you said yesterday, people who have experienced life like us fucking can understand what I'm saying, right? Because even though I code switch, right, and I speak, almost speak down to people. It's not that I'm speaking down to you on a 3rd grade level. I just have to make sure that we both have a clear, concise understanding of what I'm explaining because it's that important.
That's right.
Right? So, but at the same time, I smoke blunts and shit. You know what I mean? So, So it's like, all right, these types of things are now at least being exposed to our people. And even like, I didn't bring it to the website Life Happens last night. When I get to the crib, I'll bring you to that. And they had something called LIAM, Life Insurance Awareness Month, which is generally every September, right? And with LIAM, one of the people who sponsored it was a woman by the name of Kelly Rowland. Why? Because she shared her story of how Beyonce's mama was like, bitch, you ain't got life insurance? You wildin', right? So there's also those situations. Again, you already saw, I showed you yesterday, the Colombian cocaine cartel had $80 million of drug money and life insurance policies.
I was telling that
right?
earlier.
This was 5 dudes. One dude, bro, got indicted in San Francisco for moving 13 tons of cocaine a week. How many kilos is a ton? So a kilo is 2 pounds. A ton is 2,000 pounds. So that means he was moving 13 kilos or 13 tons. So 2,000 kilos times 13 a week. I know niggas been selling cocaine since I was 16 and ain't moved a kilo. Right, let's keep it all the way 1,000, bro.
Yeah.
This is the unfortunate reality of shit like back in the 80s, right? Well, fucking, you know, what's damn, I can't even think of the name. Paid in Full. Well, I can't think of the name. AZ and them, right? Instead of just buying fly shit, right? They could have been, but obviously these crackers teaching us that, but they could have been doing the same thing. Because remember, when I read the article to you last night, I said December 10th, 2002 was the first time, and the fucking article said this was the first time that cartels got caught laundering drug money through life insurance.
Yeah, they didn't say this the first time ever. They said it's the first time they were caught. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So imagine how many times before this time that they got away with it.
Exactly.
That's right. Because somebody had to warn them or forewarn them.
I have to go straight, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, the things like that aren't even taught to us, right? So a lot of that is not our own fault, right? So I'm going to break down a lot of this shit because there's reasons why our people don't trust this shit. So they're until fucking this year, right? 2023, there were separate rates for blacks and others. So black people pay more for life insurance than others because of the mortality rates, which is the risk of us losing our life at a certain age due to so many parameters, like the foods we eat and the diabetes and the this, that, and the third that we catch. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's so those black rates obviously fucked us up because we're like, well, shit, we got to pay more for less. You know what I mean? And they make it harder to fucking qualify. Shit, I'll give you one more. You know what they do to niggas with mortgages, right? You know that redlining still happens today. All right? You want to know how?
Explain.
So, here's how it happens. These niggas will sit here and... You want me to drop you off the crib? All right. So, these niggas will sit here and fucking... So, they'll have you come in and apply for a mortgage. As a black person, here's how they redline. Notice the color of ink that your mortgage paperwork is filled out in, or any loan for that matter. Right? If your loan qualification application is filled out in black ink, there's a reason for that. Let me back this shit up. Hold on. Right? So, hey, hold up. Let me back this way. Here we go. This fucking turn is wide as shit, bro. Yeah, this big body bitch, man. This Benz big as shit, son. I told you I'm used to a Ford Taurus. Let me open this door. Fuck, I'm far as fuck. Excuse my language, y'all. But so what they will do is they will have you apply for the loan in black ink, which makes the underwriters scrutinize the application a lot further, right? So when they scrutinize the application a lot further, that means that they're looking for more reasons and or ways to decline you for your loan. Right? Oh shit, my shit got in park. What the fuck? Alright. And that newfangled shift, I'm used to the old school shit, man. I was driving an 06, man. This is 16. Alright. So what was I saying now? So the they'll make you fill out the application substantially more. However, others will have their applications filled out in blue ink. So something as simple as that is going to make you pay more points on your loan.
What if you come with your own pen?
I mean, you could, but you're not going to be cognizant of it most of the time. People at the time of purchases and shit are giddy. They're just happy to get their shit done. It's anything. Yeah, fuck it. yeah. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Okay. That's literally what it is. Let me play with my new toy. All right. Actually, let me back into this. So that's what ends up happening. So they coerce you into, agreeing to things that aren't beneficial for you. But such is life, right? Unfortunately. Sitting here trying back into the parking space right quick. Bear with me, y'all. I'm crooked as hell, but I don't care. Yeah, I'm crooked as a motherfucker. Hold up, cuz I can't do that. Let me do this. You know what? Here's what we're about to do. I ain't backing in right now. Now I'm just going back straight up into this bitch. There we go. Oh, I guess I wasn't crooked than a motherfucker. It felt like it. This shit clean though, right, boy? Where, son? Wait till you see when your boy really getting bread. What I'm about to come out with. Where? Alright, so yeah, there's many different ways that. What would you say, Carl? Yeah, I'm crooked. Fuck it. I'm crooked now than I was then, huh? Fuck it. Facts. He said, fuck it, motherfuckers ain't gonna park next to you. Hell yeah, nigga. I don't want nobody parking next to my shit. They gonna hit it. Oh, damn, I'm crooked his fees up. And I'm right, but damn, nah, cuz I gotta straighten that out. Ah, fuck it. Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, I, experienced a lot of these things and ended up self-taught through a lot of this. Just because, again, being in this industry and, looking like I look. Oh, shit, did I hop off the street? Oh, okay. Looking like I look, the big dogs really don't want to teach you this type of shit, right? They don't want you to learn this type of shit. Prime example, I was working at a company called the Deep Iola Financial Group, which was a white firm in Manhattan. And my sales manager, Steve, asked me, well, hey, Alonzo, what is your business plan? What do you want to focus on? And this was around 2013, 2014. And I said to him, I think I want to focus on annuities. Nah, annuities suck right now. They only pay 4%. You shouldn't buy annuities. I mean, you shouldn't sell annuities. Then I ran across a commission statement from the company where I saw that he was making at minimum $20,000 per month from just selling annuities, which is why he told my black ass to not sell annuities because they're only paying 4%. So let me break this down to you guys how an insurance agent gets paid. This is why I always say, nigga, it's just like the dope boy, right? We're 100% commission, right? Also, everything falls on our head, but we get paid well because of that. So on average, an agent gets paid minimum 50%. Unless they're like with Primerica or People Helping People, World Financial Group, Family First Life, they screw those agents and they make them recruit a bunch of fucking people in order to get paid. That's not how insurance works, right? The way insurance actually works is you can recruit people, obviously, and you can build a team, and eventually you will build a team. However, for starters, no, right? So the way that it works is, like I said, an agent on average gets paid 50% of what you pay for the year. So if you pay $1,200 for the year or $100 a month, they receive $600, right? Now, that's pretty easy. You know, you would think, wow, well, you can make lots of money doing this. And you can when you master the skill. But you have, you salute. But you have to have a lot of, I love you. All right? No doubt, baby. Listen, I'm going to clean it up. Wait, when you see that shit get tuned up, I'm going to bring that shit to Brabus. All right? Hello? So, yeah, I'm acting like I'm on the phone and shit, right? So, what occurs is, again, oftentimes this shit ain't taught to our community, right? And the shit that's taught to our community is just like the verse I read to you last night. My ICE insured, fuck life insurance.
Yeah.
Because we don't know, again, the value of shit. But again, with shit like redlining us, and we don't even know, we talking about Black Lives Matter, they redlining us, and we're worried about the fucking KKK with burning crosses. They ain't been burning crosses for years. They killing us with the pen. And we don't even know it. Oh, because listen, I promise you, the majority of the audience was today years old when they found that out.
About
the pen.
Certain parts, I know deep that they're still trying to do that because of the younger ones, because of instilling the fear. But you're right, they're killing us through politics, through legislation and laws.
Yeah. There's no, you know, like you said, they get the younger ones with that fear, but it's legislation and laws, right? And, you know, that pen is just doing everything because it's allowing us to be destroyed. So, you know, and unfortunately, there's a lack of defense, because we have, especially as Black men, no structure, no organization, right? When I get on the computer again, 'cause I'm about to go have me a split. But when I get on the computer again, we got time, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just, like I said, I want
to see that work.
I appreciate it, boss. Like I said, it's unorthodox for me because I'm so used to, you know, my ICE insurance, fuck life insurance, that I always have to pause and ask. You did?
That's right.
But you know, once I finish my spliff, I'm definitely gonna drop some gems on y'all. But like I said, I'm also all over the place because I'm just overjoyed and just getting back into the crib from a ride with my cuz. You know, he got the Infinity Red Sport Q60, so I was like, damn, son, I gotta fuck with cuz and get some shit. So you know how it is as a Black man, right? But
that's right.
So there's a gentleman by the name of Alonzo Herndon. And this is why I really want to team up with my cousin, right? So this, first of all, the motherfucker got my initials, AH, right? Mm-hmm. But Alonzo Herndon and his partner died two of the richest men in Atlanta and North Carolina during slavery. Well, they were born during slavery. They both started barbershops together. From barbershops, they went into real estate. And from real estate, they created two insurance companies. North Carolina Mutual, which is in rehab. When an insurance company is in rehab, that means they're going bankrupt. They're not taking on any new customers, and they're looking to be bought. And then you have Alonzo Herndon's company, Atlanta Life Insurance. This company is very large. It does something called reinsurance. And some of the companies that it does reinsurance for are companies you've heard of, such as Macy's and MetLife, just to name a few. Right? These are people who are spoken about. Have you ever heard of Ariel Investments?
No.
Okay. Black-owned firm started in 1984 by a black man. It's one of the very few black-owned money management firms. Have you heard of Charles Schwab?
Charles Schwab?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't. I don't know if I heard that name Schwab before. I think that name Schwab sounds familiar, but I don't remember hearing it together like Charles. I've heard that Schwab name before.
Yeah, so that's a brokerage firm. They actually partnered with Ariel Investments.
I thought it was a lawyer's firm, yeah.
Okay. And so
New York Nikki said she's heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Charles Schwab is humongous. I actually took a girl from Charles Schwab who was making a $60,000 annual salary to come on my team to make a $0 annual salary, but she's making more money than that. But we get paid 100% commission. So on paper, I make $0 a year, $0 a year. Right? But I don't know if I showed you, but I think I showed it to you on the Instagram. I showed you my paycheck.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you did.
You know what I mean? Now, that's not a weekly thing by no means, right? That's one of the things that fucks our people up is what I call the Juice by David bullshit, or the Primerica, family first life, people helping people. Oh, come on, y'all, rah, rah, rah. Look, this guy made so much money. You can too. Listen, man, the reality of this is this shit is hard as hell.
That's peace.
Even when people want it, it's hard. Right? Because you saw that check, but I'm badass enough to also show you many checks that I had that were $44 and negative $100. But I'm able to do that and then show you a check like the one I showed you.
That's right.
So it comes in ebbs and flows. And trust me, it's been way more $44 checks than the checks like the one I showed you.
I know that's right.
But people won't tell you this. Even the fucking online influence, Wall Street Trap, all them niggas. Oh, I make millions. Look, all the plays. How come all these niggas plays always win? Always? Nigga, LeBron don't even always win.
Facts.
Shit, Jordan ain't even always win. Yeah, he won 6 chips, but there's a lot of years he ain't even make it.
That's right. That's right.
So, as you can hear, I'm more about smokaceuticals.
You good, bro. You good.
But yeah. So I might get a little forgetful there. But this is why I like to drop this, because it's unorthodox, and this is the message that needs to be brought to the people, because it's difficult for me because sometimes I make shit sound more complex, right? So I'm trying to learn how to make it simpler, but still speaking a vernacular that everyone can grasp.
I'm running to the bathroom. Hold down. I'm here.
No doubt, handle business. So again, ladies and gentlemen, feel welcome. If you do have questions, shoot them in the comments. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just trying to give you guys initially just kind of a little bit of background about what this shit is all about, right? I did read an article yesterday, Big Dice was here, where they were saying slavery is the reason life insurance exists, basically. Right? And it's not about maritime, it's about fucking slavery. is really what life insurance came from, because they figured the worth of a slave, if you beat him to death, he's worth less. So, 12 years a slave, Django Unchained, all that shit, where they were just mercilessly beating and killing Negroes, may be a bit off, because it would be bad for the economics. But again, scare tactics, it's great to sell movies, right? The Matrix, right? I'm sorry, I ain't supposed to be on my soapbox like that. So let me get back to the matter at hand. So again, the main purpose of insurance, of life insurance, is the death benefit. So don't let anybody tell you that that's not the prime operative or the prime thing of life insurance, right? The prime thing of life insurance is that when you die, you will leave a check for someone. Now, that's not the only thing life insurance can be used for and or as. So once I finish my split, I'm going to go in and ask my wife if she'll go in the bedroom, because I use my living room as my home office, and I want to hop on the computer and have her and share with y'all my screen so I can actually go into some of these concepts. So you can not just hear them, but you can actually see them. Now, I want to warn you, the difficulty is a lot of these concepts, they sound nice, but a lot of agents are inexperienced in what they're doing. So it becomes either very expensive. Well, either way, it becomes very expensive for you, but more beneficial for the agent than for you. And I'll show you some of those examples as well. Just to keep it funky, right? I like a fair fight, right? That's kind of the way I am. So, you know what? I'm gonna pause on this split. I'm gonna save some for later. Give me 1 second, y'all. I need to get me a cup of water. About dry. She's asleep. No, I'm gonna just turn off the TV. Watch her wake up. No. Mm-hmm. All right, bear with me, y'all. When Big Dice come back, he gonna let me up from my computer. At which point I will begin to share. Let me see. I have a question here. She says, "Can you discuss the process when it comes to?"
You, brother. I'm here with you. I'm here with you, brother.
Okay.
He said, "Can you discuss the process when it comes to someone dies and
when someone dies and how life insurance?" Yeah. All right. So that's actually a great question. So the process is fairly simple. When the insured dies, the beneficiary is charged with putting in the claim. So how do you do that? Well, you want to get specific documents. So those documents are things like the death certificate, maybe possibly, this is generally it, is just the death certificate, to be honest. However, you'll need to produce that and maybe any other documents that they ask for, at which point the insurance company can take up to 18 months to give you the proceeds of your policy. So life insurance is not always an immediate thing. Now, the reason I said that it varies is because there are caveats to that. So one of those caveats is that, again, the type of policy you have. So should you have a final expense policy, which is the burial policy you were talking about, Big Dice? That's actually called a final expense, is what the burial policy is actually. Well, that's what we call them in the industry. It's final expense.
Let them know the stipulations in different years, because you gave me some wisdom last night. I'm thinking that you didn't have to be. I'm thinking like this is this foolishness I had in my head. I'm thinking once you're eligible to go purchase life insurance, you can just purchase burial insurance. But you did it. You said you have to be a certain age.
Right. So yeah, in order to qualify for it's called a graded death benefit. In fact, you know what? I'm coming up on my computer. Hold on.
Copy.
How do I close this? All right. Hold on.
James S says, "What about an autopsy? Is that needed?"
Likely not. Right. I doubt they would need an autopsy. They're just going to need the death certificate. Like, they don't care why you died, unless you have a rider in your policy, which is called an accidental death benefit, which an accidental death benefit only triggers when you die via an accident. Things like getting shot while you're going to get cookies, or so what an accidental death benefit is, there's two types. So there's actually a policy called accidental death and dismemberment. And most people think it's life insurance, and it's really, really cheap. It's like $25 for $350,000 worth of a death benefit. But you have to die in an accident. Basically, you gotta be murdered, right? Otherwise, you don't get shit. So if you die of old age or cancer, no. Now, if you die from a car accident, that is obviously an accident, right? So that would be accidental death and dismemberment. But they have this thing, like I said, called actuaries, who calculate rates of mortality, or how many people die how, and what your likelihood of is dying how. That's how they come up with your price. That's why they need to ask things like your height, weight, age, date of birth, when's the last time you had a cigarette, do you smoke weed, do you use coke, do you use heroin, do you drink, do you have HIV, how old were your parents when they died, how old are your siblings, are they all alive? So there's different levels. That's something called, and thank you for that, that's something called fully underwritten. What most people are familiar with maybe traditional underwriting, which is where people will generally you'll go through like oh, okay, not done. Generally, it's like you'll go through what's called a paramed exam. So what a paramed exam is we have this is why it's a rabbit hole, because I have to explain each thing, and then each thing goes to something else you got to explain. But what a paramed exam is when we have the nurse come out to your house job, McDonald's around the corner, your baby mother house, your best friend house, your sneaky link house, or you can go to their place like a Quest Diagnostic Center. They're going to do things like take blood and urine, an oral swab, possibly an EKG. Depending on your age, the health conditions that you've stated you had, or that they found from your APS, which is attending physician's statement, which is up to 6 years of your medical records. So you have to be very honest with the insurance agent when you're speaking to them about this during underwriting. I'll give you an example. I had a client who applied for a policy with me, said he was in great health. He was a vegan, so as far as I knew, he was in great health, right? I ain't with him every day, so I don't know what his health ailments are. So you tell me you're in great health, what am I supposed to do? Say no? So there's a question on the insurance application that asks, have you ever had ABC, XYZ? And one of them is cancer. And he goes, no. And then not only does he say that to me, he says no to the paramed examiner. So we're both thinking, oh, okay, so he does not have any cancer. Well, come to find out, he had cancer in 2012. Now, it had gone into remission and he beat it and all this other stuff, but that doesn't matter. So, in fact, since I'm here and I said I was going to drop knowledge, right? That's what you brought me here for.
That's right.
Let me do
See if you can raise your volume a little more.
My fault. I'm not near my mic. There you go. All right. So, if you'll allow me to share my screen. Yep, you're seeing it. All right, let me enlarge this. So this is a life insurance worksheet, but it's basically an application. So I do digital applications, right? I don't do what's called the wet signature anymore. I'm licensed in 13 states, so there's no way possible I can physically sit with you. Right? But we can get more done over a screen, right? So people have to get over there. I'd rather sit down with you face to face. If I'm gonna scam you, I'm gonna scam you face to face or fucking over the internet. It's the same difference.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, this is the information that's actually collected in generally a fully underwritten life insurance policy, right? So you're going to ask your name, your address, your date of birth, your phone number, your social security, your email address, your driver's license number, the state, and when it was issued in the expiration date, the city and state you were born, how many years you were at your current address. Now, again, due to things like the AML, anti-money laundering law, that came into place after December 10th, 2002, because of the Colombia cocaine cartel getting caught, we have to now do a further investigation. So we have to ask things about your net worth, about your employer, about what it is that you do, how long you've been working there, how much you make a year, any unearned income. Most people have no fucking clue what unearned income is.
Right? What is unearned income?
So unearned income is past. Great question, by the way.
Hell no, there's no such thing as a dumb question. My grandmother taught me that.
Understood. So unearned income is money that you've made for from not work, but not from working.
Copy.
So you didn't actually do anything to make this money at this point. That doesn't mean to say that you didn't do anything in the past. So think of an investment as unearned income. So not the investment, right? Or not the investment, quote unquote, growing, because that's what people get excited about who are unsavvy investors or unaccredited investors, because they don't, well, we call them unsophisticated investors, but those who, because you don't know, right? So the way that unearned income works from investments is you're supposed to be getting paid a dividend. Oh, speaking of dividends, because people talk about dividends, you know, life insurance pays dividends. We'll get into that later.
Damn.
So, another form of unearned income would be something like child support.
Oh, okay. Copy. Understand? That's deep. Unearned. That's right. Copy. Troller X, I see you in the building. Salute.
All right. So we also, and this is why I love when people are like, I already got life insurance. I'm like, cool. Do you have any life insurance either in force or pending elsewhere? If yes, the total that you have in force.
First class, I see you in the building. Come get this work. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This is what we need.
No doubt. Date in force, if the, or when was it issued, right? If yes, total death benefit pending with other carriers, right? Of the pending death benefit coverage, how much do you intend to accept? So this is the difficulty when you're working with someone like myself, who's a broker, right? Or someone from FFL, PHP, well, not Primerica. All they're going to do is sell you a term policy. And we went over that yesterday, right?
That's who my mother started working with Prime America in the early 90s. She used to sell Prime America. That's a fact.
Nothing wrong with it, right? They prey on our community, but there's nothing wrong with it. I love it, in fact. I have a love-hate relationship. The reason I love it is because it gets our people into the industry. The reason I hate it is because it teaches us all the fucking wrong way. It teaches us that we're dunking on it teaches us that dunking on Nerf hoops is dunking on LeBron. Meanwhile, these crackers is doing, yo, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all some real life shit. Hold on. You know what? Let me see if I could cover the client's name. Y'all see? Oh no, y'all ain't even seeing my whole screen, are y'all? Hold on. I'm gonna share something with y'all. I'm gonna try and cover the client's name. Where is it? Here we go. She in the building. She gonna tell me to start talking about how the life insurance beats the 401k. Okay. So we're gonna just skip through all this, right? So my client is, because you always hear shit like you don't need life insurance. You're I'm trying to cover his name. So you don't need life insurance. Here we go. You ain't got no wife and kids. You're a single, healthy male, right? So this guy is 44, no wife, no kids, in the state of New York, right? He has a $2.4 million death benefit, right? But he's paying $48,000 a year. Now, remember, I told you insurance agents make 50% commission. So this, I make 50% of whatever the client pays in the first year. So he pays $48,000 in the first year.
24 grand is yours. 24,000 is yours.
24,000 is mine.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Now, this isn't easy to do, right? Like I said, there's way more times where you're going to see $44 checks than $24,000 checks, right? This is a particular person. He has a $300,000 annual income. This we set up for multiple purposes, right? That's why I charge a fee for you to come to sit down with me, right? My client had a $137,000 tax burden to the federal government. We've now decreased that to $82,000. This year, we've now decreased that to $22,000. Okay. Now, there's a lot of stuff to be said here. So you've heard, your mother was with Prime America. A lot of folks have heard of Prime America. What do they tell you? Buy term, invest the rest, right? And why do they say that? Because it's foolish for someone to pay for life insurance for your whole life, right? That's their theory, right? But I just showed you on paper in black and white that was false last night, didn't I?
That's right. That's right.
Right now, maybe I'm a little bit of a what you call it? Maybe I'm a little wishy-washy here because I don't think anybody should pay for life insurance for their whole life either. Right?
Explain.
So, did you know that you don't have to pay for whole life insurance for your whole life? So it may be a little more expensive up front because of that, but you can have something called a limited pay. Okay? A limited pay means that you will pay for your whole life insurance policy for a limited term of time. However, when that term of payment is up, the whole life insurance continues to be a death benefit and to grow cash value, even though you're not putting any more dollars into it. So let me show you that example. I'm sorry, say again?
I said copy. I'm with you, brother. I'm here. I done put the split down.
So, again, don't worry about all these other columns over here, right? I'm gonna break this shit down to you. Here's how I teach. Here's how I make my money, right? And here's how I did it in Macy's. I'm so cold with it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna pat myself on the back because I just got a Benz today, right? I'm so cold with it, and I know my Benz ain't stopped making Benzes when they made mine, but they stopped making mine when they made mine, right?
I know that's right because it's yours.
Yeah. So the reason that I make the money I do is because I educate my clients so much so that they don't need me except for I'm the point of sale. And even though you're so educated on it, you wouldn't know how to fucking do it if I. So here's part of the reason I call myself the all-star advisor. 3 basketball players we all know pretty much came from high school to the league and went to the LA Lakers. Smush Parker, Lamar Odom,
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. What's the difference between the three of them?
Age.
Kobe Bryant was fucking obsessed with his craft. And it showed. And that's why he's in the GOAT conversation with LeBron and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm LeBron, but I'm Team LeBron, but that's because 03, that's my era. Oh, you must be a
Lion
Jordan
King.
guy.
We call him the Lion King in Brooklyn.
Yes, he is the king of lions.
Word up. The Lion King, we call him LaShawn Wayans.
Oh shit.
That's a fact. They call LeBron James LaShawn Wayans.
Damn, y'all niggas hard on the hoe, son.
Nah, we can't fuck with him. He don't even respect his hairline, so I know he don't respect nobody else.
Oh man, you ain't shit for that, bro. But so peep game. I don't believe anybody should pay for whole life insurance for their whole life either. So there are things called limited pay, where at the end so normally, and you know what, I'm gonna have to pull up illustrations. Hold up. Y'all, am I sharing my whole screen or just one page? I'm just sharing the one page. All right.
Yeah, he's sharing the one page.
All right. Let me pull up my back office. Hold on. Stop screen.
Smash that like button, y'all. Smash that like button. This is what we need, man. Smash that like button. And it's only 10 in the building. It was 14. It's 10 in the building. People are coming in, because there's a lot of drama going on. Over here, we're trying to learn how to live and pass this generational wealth down to our loved ones and friends for the future, man. This is what we need. They don't talk about this. Like, I don't trust insurance agencies. I ain't gonna lie to you. But man, from what you've been through, like I said, when you tell them especially what you've been through, I can listen to that from you. I can listen. I can pay attention.
I appreciate it. So I'm going to create an illustration. Launch Life Designs. It signed me out. Damn, this shit signed me all the way out.
Oh, you need that code, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did shit do that? Shit logged me all the fucking way out. Like, nigga, nah, you can't be giving these niggas the game.
That's how the devil works.
Yeah.
Devil be gone.
Retirement plan, gentlemen, right? So I don't use nobody's name. Right? Let me modify his age right now. Yeah, we picking on you, right? He's 50 years old. Right? So we're gonna do a new, right? I'm gonna do a few different illustrations. I'm gonna close some of these windows. Y'all with me though, right?
Yeah, we here.
All right, no doubt. So bear
First
with
class
me.
M5 pulled up. We here. He said beneficiaries file is a death claim with the insurance company by submitting a certified copy of the death certificate. Many states allow insurers 30 days to review the claim.
So that's actually something, again, like I said, in that 30 days, there's something called the contestability period. So if an insured dies inside of the first 2 years, the insurance company has substantially more time to look into the policy, to find any erroneous or false information, with which point it voids the contract and they don't pay. Now, after that, they do have to pay, but it's going to take longer than 30 days is for them to review, not for them to act. It can take up to 18 months, and it's going to be closer to 18 months, depending on the type and size of policy you have, as well as the financial strength of the company. Speaking of financial strengths of companies and Black powerful people and Black powerful insurance companies, so we mentioned Alonzo Herndon, right? Who's somebody else who's famous, who's in insurance, and we don't even know it? I'm gonna tell you.
Paul Pierce.
Nah. So.
No, that's not Paul Pierce. Excuse me. That's what's his name? Chris Paul. Excuse me.
No. He's a mascot for State Farm.
Oh, he's not really selling. He's just a mascot for them.
Yeah.
Copy. I oversaid.
State Farm is fucked up. I used to work for State Farm. They spend more money on commercials for fucking Aaron Rodgers, Drake, and Chris Paul than they do on their payment systems. So when you call State Farm and they be like, I can't accept your payment, that's not your local State Farm agent. That's State Farm Corporation, who still has fucking DOS systems for quoting you insurance, but they paying motherfucking Aaron Rodgers mad ass money. Yeah. I get tight about that shit. I used to work at State Farm. Like I said, I used to have an Allstate. I can write for Progressive, Haggerty. I work with a brokerage now, but I generally don't like doing property and casualty, which is car, home, boat, stuff insurance, business liability. It's not fun. That'll keep your lights on, but life insurance will get you rich, straight like that. So, where was I? So yeah, that's the contestability clause is the first 2 years of the policy. But it's generally going to take up to 18 months. Now, the caveat of that is that's why they sell final expense, because final expense can get to you as quick as 24 hours. But generally within 30 days, you're going to get a check when Big Mama died. And it's from Colonial Penn or Mutual of Omaha or any one of the motherfucking commercials on TV. But those are falsified too. I don't know if I still have the videos up, but I on my channel. But I think I called them final expense fraudsters, because there's a lot of shit with final expense. Final expense, that's what I was going to show you, is something called a graded death benefit. Let's just go to Google. Graded, are y'all seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Benefit, right? So y'all probably didn't even... So, a graded benefit life insurance policy is a type of life insurance policy that typically offers a limited death benefit for a specified period of time, often the first few years of the policy. The death benefit gradually increases over time until it reaches the full specified amount in the policy. So, how does a graded death benefit, what does that really mean? So, when Big Mama sees Alex Trebek on fucking Wheel of Fortune commercial or whatever, get $9.95 per unit. So a unit is $1,000 worth of coverage if you're 50 or 45, depending on the state. However, if you're 60, 1 unit of coverage is only $695. Hypothetical number, but it's substantially less than what actually 1 unit of insurance is. So insurance is sold in units, and those are units of 1,000. So the older you get, it costs more than $9.95 to actually purchase 1 whole unit of insurance. So if you're 75, it might take you $9.95 per unit. And even though you're buying 1 unit, a unit for you is equal to $500. So you got to buy 2 units to equal that 1 actual unit of coverage. And there's a minimum, generally 5,000 or 5 units, meaning $5,000 worth of death benefit. Now, let's say Big Mama goes to Globe Life and gets this no medical exam, guaranteed issue policy, because that's what a graded death benefit. They call it guaranteed issue, no medical exam. Your policy can't decrease. You can't be declined. That's bullshit too. Right? So say you get the full $50,000, which most companies, like if you hear, I'm with Lincoln Heritage, I'm with Senior Life, and we teach you the funeral benefit plan. The average funeral is $8,700. That's bullshit too. Son, I know, because I hear this shit, because I compete with this. And it's a lot harder to go against that because they got a machine of bobbleheads who say the same bullshit, and it's much easier to fall sheep to it than hearing some nigga saying some way off the wall shit that I be saying. What was I saying before I even pulled this shit up on Google? Graded death benefit, graded death benefit. And then what does Google tell you exactly? It ain't like I can control Google.
That's right.
You know? So Big Mama gets a $50,000 death benefit. It's 2023 though, right? So she's paying $100 a month for her. Matter of fact, hold up. I'm gonna see if I can pull up my Gmail.
You give me a water.
Royal Arcanum. You ever heard of the Order of the Royal Arcanum?
Say it again.
Have you ever heard of the Order of the Royal of Arcanum?
Yeah, we was just talking about that this morning. Hell no, I ain't never heard of no Order of no Rail of Volcano, brother. Get me right.
No, the Order of the Royal Arcanum. So it's a fraternal.
Oh, the Order of the Royal Arcano. Yeah, we was just talking about that this morning. Matter of fact. No, I don't know nothing about no Royal Arcano. That's why we here, brother.
I feel you. So the Royal Arcanum is a fraternal benefit insurance company. So fraternal benefit insurance companies have completely different rules and regulations than traditional insurance companies. Think of the Shriners coming through and selling life insurance, or the Masons coming through and selling life insurance, or the Knights of Columbus coming through and selling life insurance, right? But they're going to be the ones to pay the death benefit. So this is that $9.95 per unit. So when people come to me, listen, I'm 67 years old and I ain't got a lot of money, but I don't want to be a burden and I want to leave a couple dollars to my kids. Well, ma'am, what do you think is a couple dollars? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What are you kidding? A couple dollars? Ma'am, a couple dollars to you is something different than a couple dollars to me. Big dice, as evidenced by the check you just saw. I'm not bragging, but I'm making a point, right?
These is facts.
So, you know,
smash that like button on the way in, y'all. This is what we need. Grown folks conversation. I stamp this.
Right? So this is a premium rate. This is for all states except Florida, New York, and Massachusetts. They have different rates for those states. But if you're in a different state, any of the other 47 states, these are the rates. If you're male and you're 45 and you want a $2,500 death benefit, it's going to cost $9.26 a month. It's a whole life policy. It gains cash value, but these don't gain cash value the way this policy gains cash value, because this is a whole life policy too, but it's an index universal life insurance policy. So there's differences between it. We're going to have more of these because I got to break down the breakdown of breaking down.
Bro, you ain't said nothing, man. You ain't said nothing to me, brother.
All right. And I'd appreciate it if y'all hit the Cash App.
It's right there on the screen. It's right there on the screen.
Oh, damn. Well, yeah, I appreciate that.
I got you loaded, baby.
All right. Only if you feel so inclined. I'd much prefer you to have a consult with me and get you and your family's financial future taken care of. So, because I tell all my clients this, you're going to make me rich. However, you'll have to benefit more than I do legally. Right? So, right? Let's do the most expensive. So the most expensive policy for a 45-year-old male would be $50.53 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in 30 years, this guy will have paid $18,190.08 into this life insurance policy. But the death benefit is only $15,000. And the cash value will be nowhere near this $18,000 or that $15,000 because of the way these types of policies are designed. Okay? These are designed literally, we know you're high risk. So the insurance company keeps the death benefit low. This, you could get a maximum of $15K. That's why they're telling you the most a funeral cost is $8,700. So you could be like, yeah, I got double that. Right?
Lies.
My boss's father died last year, $38,000 out of his pocket.
I buried my mother in 2002. That was 11 grand.
Damn. So then
casket, funeral service, the limousines. These is facts.
Yeah.
$10,843.12.
Damn. That is
was
not
2002.
Yeah.
But hold up though. I did spend $6,200 on our casket.
That's average. That's about how much my
that was 20 years ago though. You know, that's nothing now. But 20 years ago, I did spend $6,200 on a casket.
Yeah.
Donnie Fly 25212. I see you in the building for this grown folks conversation. Hit that Cash App, man. That's not gonna be free. But this education that he giving us tonight, come on. He charged a $300 consultation fee. He coming over here. He said this is just the beginning of the breakdowns that he's gonna show us the importance of life insurance in the hood. The reason why I say hood is the neighborly part has been snatched out.
I always say that. They took the neighbor out the hood.
That's a fact. The neighborly part been gone. That's why they call our parts, yo, they in the hood. Because there's so much separation, envy, aggravation, jealousy, deception, and crime. What's neighborly about any of them things I just said?
Nothing.
Neighborly is when I can knock on your door 2 o'clock in the afternoon and say, you know what? I fucked around, ain't got no sugar, and I'm making some Kool-Aid. Can I borrow a cup of sugar, 2 cups of sugar until I go to the grocery store? Is there anything that you need when I go? That's neighborly.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Word up.
So now this type of policy is, again, graded benefit whole life. So now what does graded benefit mean? So this is why I did this calculation, right? So $50.53, right? A month times 12. So that's $606.36. We're going to put a bookmark on that. So graded death benefit means Uncle Joe Blow at 45 got this policy because it was cheap. I ain't spending no more than $50. Fuck y'all niggas. I don't want no insurance company to have my money. They're multiplying your money, by the way, because how long would it take? It would take them basically 30 years of putting $50 away to get to $15,000. And we know niggas ain't going to put $50 away a month for 30 years straight and not touch it. It's just the reality of life. Most people ain't. That's why most Americans don't have access to $500 in an emergency. Not just black people. I want to dispel that myth right now. Let's look at statistics. So 100% of the population of 100% of the people who consider themselves black Americans or black in America equals approximately 43 million people. Maybe 42 million people. Of
got a question for you. Got a question for you.
Sir.
My man, First Class Empire said, Alonzo, do you think whole life insurance is good? He just pulled up. He wasn't here when you was talking about it earlier, so hit him.
Yes. Simply put, yes. All insurance is good. If it wasn't, they wouldn't have made it. Right? It's just what's the reason for it, right? So I'm gonna show y'all some calculations in a minute, but let's go through this graded death benefit. Right? So again, he don't want to spend more than $50 a month. So he turns 46, right? And then, he had that liver cirrhosis because he liked to hit them nips of Henny and them nips of Captain Mo. I'm keeping it all the way 1,000, right? This is shit that happens in the hood. Excuse my language, but fuck it.
We here, baby. Talk.
Right? Listen, man, somebody told me I'm not religious, so don't get offended by this, but a Jesusian told me, listen, man, if you curse and shit with your people, then don't get around God. Then don't think you're gonna get around God and be like, oh, hither the thither. God's gonna look at you like, nigga, who are you?
That's why I got that same relationship. Preach. Inshallah.
All right? Because God sees you all the time. So now, them nips and shit done killed him with the liver cirrhosis, right? So the family like, well, damn, at least we got $15,000 to bury Uncle Skip, who drank too much. Nah, baby. You signed on the dotted line. This is a graded death benefit. So because of that, we will give you 100% of the premiums that were paid into the policy. Congratulations for your $606.36.
Oh, shit.
Now, some companies...
Premium, that's fucked up.
Now, Here's what's worse. Because he's under 50, the graded death benefit is not 2 years, right? So if Uncle Skip lives through 46 and dies at 47, right? The graded death benefit is normally 2 years, right? So at 2 years, right, we double this, right? And then we add 20%. So times 0.2. So
$240, yeah.
Yeah, so 1212 plus 242, right? So they will give you back $1,454, or basically 120% of the premiums paid into the policy. However, because Uncle Skip is 45 or below 50, he doesn't get the benefit of the 2-year graded death benefit. He has the 3-year graded death benefit. So he knocks that cirrhosis off till 48. Well, now he'll get that 120. See, in the first year, it's not 90%, then 110, then 120, then you get the full $15,000 every year after that. If you incept the policy at age 50 or beyond, it's only a 2-year graded death benefit. So by the 3rd year of the policy, you are eligible for the full death benefit. Now, this does have a cash value attached to it, but here's why final expense insurance is just like term insurance. Now, let me explain to you the overall theory of buy term and invest the difference. Remember, I told you 98% of term policies don't pay out because 98% of people outlive, well, a vast majority of people outlive them. Right? So when you're buying term and investing the rest, what you're telling your family is at 45, you're saying, hey, listen, I'm buying this 20-year term. Well, okay, 65. So at 35, you're buying this 20-year term. You're saying at 54, I'm dying, y'all. Right? So 20 years ago, you planned on dying in the next 4? Do you plan on dying in the next 4 years?
No, I'm gonna be here to 757,263 years.
All right. So with that being, I hear that often too. That's why people, I don't need life insurance. I'm gonna live forever. I know
and that's right. That's the fucked up part. That was in my head too. Like, yeah, you're right. That's why I got you here. That's right.
Yeah. Listen, I've been doing this for over a decade, bro. I'm working on 2 decades now. So this shit, I done heard it all. Right? So term again is like saying, hey, at 54, I'm planning on dying, because at 55, if I don't die, y'all don't get shit, and all that money that I spent goes to waste. So that's why I personally think oftentimes term insurance is often misused. Not that it's a waste, but it's misused. Like I said, every product is good, otherwise they wouldn't create it, right? So this is why final expense or graded death benefit whole life is foolhardy. So my grandmother at age 69 purchased a policy from Colonial Penn. She was paying about this a month, $59.12. It's ironic how all these motherfuckers' rates seem to be about the same. Well, my grandmother is now 84 years old, right? Her death benefit is $5,000. So if we put $59 a month, $59.50 times 12, right? That's $714, right? And that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years, right? So times 15. So she's put away $10,710 or paid $10,710 into this life insurance policy. But when my grandmother dies, we'll be getting $5,000. Her cash value is about $2,000. So now you do have options with these. There's something called reduced paid up, which we put her into. I'll talk about that in the future. Any questions before I continue?
No, I'm here. I'm with you.
All right. Any questions in the chat?
In the chat, feel free.
Yeah, please do. I don't want this to get boring.
I'll even drop the link to some of y'all that want to come up and talk to him.
Feel welcome.
It's dropped in the link, y'all. Anybody want to come up and ask any questions in more depth so you can be more descriptive, you're more than welcome.
And close that. So now I want to look at whole life and term, right? Because again, I want to first show y'all term, right? And we're going to use you. So a 50-year-old non-tobacco user. We're going to use a simple face amount. We're going to use a $100,000 death benefit, right?
Do me a favor. While you're getting this, let them know something that you let me know too. I didn't know this. He let us know last night, y'all, that when they ask you on these life insurance policies, are you a tobacco smoker? You are supposed to check no, because that's not considered as marijuana. If you are a marijuana smoker, could you break that down for them again for the people that weren't here last night?
Yeah, so you can be a weed smoker and not be considered a tobacco user, right? Especially now because it's legal. Now they will have you fill out a drug and alcohol, or a prudent agent will have you fill out a drug and alcohol questionnaire, which is fine. And they'll ask you questions, how much you use, how often you use, when's the last time you used. You can be like, yesterday, motherfucker, this morning, right before you came and asked me this shit. I'm smoking right now, right? But that's, again, I'm very unorthodox. You're not going to expect to hear this from a financial advisor. Nigga, I'm a glorified order taker. I beg niggas for money on the regular. That's what a stockbroker does. He calls people every day. Let me tell you my pitch. I'm sorry to get off course. Let me tell you my pitch when I was at EJ Sterling, right? So I'd be like, hey, is this Big Dice? Yeah. Hey, Dice, this is Al Hall from EJ Sterling here in New York. How are you? Look, Dice, first thing in the morning, my firm is set to release a major recommendation in the stock market. Should I have my broker get back to you in the morning or afternoon? Alonzo, fuck you. Look, Dice, I'm not trying to interfere in anything that you got going on. All I'm looking for is an open mind and a little bit of opportunity. Alonzo, you're a fucking nigger. Look, Dice, I understand, but if I came to you with an opportunity that would help you make a little bit of money, would you have an open mind? I'm fucking your mother right now, Alonzo. Great. So do you want to talk to my senior broker in the morning or the afternoon? Right? So this shit ain't for everybody. I done talk to niggas, I can sell everything, and then they try to get in this shit. I have a video with Tom Brady's face on it because Tom Brady didn't want to sell insurance. Oh, let me pull that up while I'm at it. Right? Tom Brady insurance salesman. Right? So you're going to say, see here where he cries about being an insurance salesman, right? I don't know if it's...
He up there crying. Donnie Fly said, I worked phones for a campaign once. I know how it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. Peep this. Right? Tom Brady don't want to sell insurance, right? But peep this. Thomas Brady and Associates. Oh, national independent insurance firm. He specializes in ILETs, right? So in the hood, we always be talking about trust. We don't know nothing about a ILET, which is an irrevocable life insurance trust. This motherfucker, let me just show you. Now, this is Tom's dad. This is why he was like, oh, I don't have to be an insurance salesman. Because crackers do this shit. They put their sons on. Thomas Brady and Associates is a national independent insurance firm that has been in the business almost 55 years. The firm specializes in estate planning, business planning, and insurance review and placement for successful individuals, families, and businessmen. Our diverse team of financial professionals with backgrounds in insurance, estate planning, non-qualified executive benefit planning, and tax business law, all of which I just showed you in this illustration right here, right? The nigga that's paying $48,000. This is life insurance. This is alert, so it's a life insurance retirement plan because he's gonna get tax-free income. Remember, I showed you right on yours yesterday, right? I don't even know where this. Damn, I done made it too big. I don't even know where I'm scrolling. Hold on. Here we go. So at age 54, just in 10 years, when he has 350,000, he could get 1,600 a month. Obviously, he's not going to trigger the benefit at that age. He'd wait till older, so the benefit will be substantially bigger. But just imagine that, right? So these are things that they, oh yeah. So you guys like to always look at, oh, the market this, the market that. So just so you know, Index Universal Life Insurance is attached to certain indexes, like the S&P 500. Or the S&P 500 1-year point-to-point monthly. This is the S&P 1-year point-to-point. This is the S&P Index 2-year. This is the S&P Index monthly point-to-point. This is the Russell 2000. This is the Morgan Stanley International. But you got to have your securities license. No, the fuck I don't. Do you know what Do you know what 2 and 20 fees are, bro?
Nah.
But you know that the people at Primerica have always said, what about the fees in whole life insurance, right? So before I get back to Tom Brady and Associates, right?
Damn.
What are 2 and 20 fees? I don't know what the fuck that is. Go. What the fuck? What it's why the fuck? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Oh, they said I thought you was fixing something. That's right. When Tom Brady was up, we couldn't hear what he was saying.
Oh.
I thought you was setting something up. I thought you was setting something up. Thank you, Donnie 2Fly2 for saying that.
Yeah, my bad. Basically, what Tom Brady said was he was crying when he got drafted by the Patriots.
Yeah, because I'm like, why are you crying? You couldn't hear nothing.
He was so happy that he didn't have to be an insurance salesman. Daddy, that's why I went to Thomas Brady and Associates, because his daddy sells insurance. This Thomas Brady and Associates is Tom Brady's father. That's Tom Brady's dad right there, Thomas Brady. Don't he look like him? Who don't you see in this picture?
Don't you? No, I feel as though they all look alike. It's a joke. I'm just bullshitting, y'all. Yeah. They say that about I'm sipping on some wine, smoking on some motherfucking bubble gum sprinkles, feeling very, very nice getting this information. This is calm. This is grown folks conversation. Like I said, I dropped the link, and I'm dropping it for anybody that wants up to have them. Ask some personal questions. We got Mr. Alonzo Hall. So support that Cash App, y'all. Y'all know I don't even say nothing about no Cash App, but tonight I need y'all to make that thing go cha-ching.
Holla. And trust me, I'll let you know. I will shout you out live time unless you ask not to be. So, Thomas Brady, chairman and principal. Speaking of principals, before I get back to that 2 and 20 fees, at its most basic, the 2 and 20 is the standard fee structure for venture capital firms to charge their investors. The 2% is the annual fee the fund charges the investors to manage the fund. So that's 2% of your net worth annually, whether you do more business or not. So if you buy a mutual fund from somebody and you're worth $100,000, thank you for paying me $2,000 a year until you exit this mutual fund. And the 20% is the percentage of the upside that the fund managers take. So what that means is if you earn $1,000 off your investment, you owe me $200 plus the $2,000 you got to pay me every year. But what about the fees in life insurance? There are fees in life insurance. They're called surrender charges because we have to put some pain in the program. Because like I showed you with this, right? I'm gonna minimize this, right? So like I showed you with this, right? Yes, he put in $480,000 over the first 10 years. And at the first 10 years, he got $346,000. And if he cancels, he's got $339,000. But at the end of 20 years, he's put in basically $1,008,000, right? But at the end of that, he's got access to $1,058,000, right? Now, remember I told you about stopping paying for insurance for your whole life? So that's why you see this that says premium outlay and annual outlay. So what outlay means is what comes out of your pocket. So that's why after year 21, you see it being zero, because this is a life insurance retirement plan. Basically, it beats his 401k because the max you can put into a 401k annually is $22,500. And when you're making $300,000 a year, you cannot contribute to a 401k. So a lot of people try to do this dumb shit called the backdoor Roth. Well, I have him in a full tax shelter. You want to learn the strategy? Pay the fee, hit me up, right? So after he spent that $1.8 million, it's just because at the end of the decade, they show the total decade premium, right? But as you see at year 21, he's age 65, so he's ready to retire. He's not paying another dime into the policy. By the way, remember the death benefit that we started with here was $2.48 million, right? But if you'll notice here at 66, why is this death benefit $3.5 million? Well, because a lot of people, especially in Primerica, will tell you, well, the problem with and motherfuckers like Dave Ramsey will tell you, I like to punch up, bro. I don't punch down. I'm not saying Primerica is punching down, but I need to fucks with motherfuckers who's on my level. And most Primericans aren't because they don't have the exposure to this shit. You smell me?
Copy.
It's like a nigga getting the eighth when he should have got a ball. You know what I mean? But so at year 22, he stops paying the premium, but the death benefit is increasing. So you'll hear Primericans often say, or Dave Ramsey often say, oh, well, whole life sucks because your family doesn't get the death benefit and the cash value. They get either or. And in traditional whole life insurance, that's very true to a certain extent, right? Because I'm going to show y'all some other shit too, right? So again, we've talked about 2 and 20 fees. But now, have you ever heard of anything called a MEC, modified endowment contract?
No, sir.
Babe, can you bring me my never mind, go to bed. I'm sorry. Okay. So what is a MEC in life insurance? So a MEC is a modified endowment contract. It is a designation given to cash value life insurance contracts that have exceeded legal tax limits. When the IRS relabels your life insurance policy as a MEC, it removes the tax benefits of withdrawals that you can make from the policy. Give me 1 second. I got the munchies. I gotta go grab something. Excuse me. All right, so that is a modified endowment contract. So there were laws that were created because life insurance was used as a tax shelter, right? Don't take my word for it. Go to Google. The problem about people saying look it up yourself is You don't know what the fuck to ask. So people go looking for shit and they get all this dumb information that, quite frankly, your Google search pales into comparison to my 10,000 hours of actual experience. But let's go through Google, right? I forgot what I was about to say. Hold on. Oh yeah, right? Is life insurance a tax shelter? If you think that income and estate taxes will skyrocket, permanent life insurance can help you transfer wealth into a shelter. Other ways to reduce your taxes include using irrevocable life insurance trust. Didn't I just mention that?
Yeah.
Maxing out retirement accounts or simply giving it away now. Wait. Are you reading what this says from Investopedia? Cut your tax bill with permanent life insurance. No, silly rabbit. Buy term, invest the difference. Right? My fault. I'm eating the munchies. I'm trying to multitask. So
yeah, we hear you. We hear you good. That's the munchies.
Yeah. So, what's this right here? Does this say? Guys, just highlight it in blue. Are you seeing my screen?
Oh yeah, Bank of America National Association.
Okay. Last updated 8/2/2019. So this is old. I want you to look at lines 4 and lines 5. As you can see, this is a schedule of their assets. So this is basically, they have to give this to the feds, to the federal government. Right? It's their annual reports. So I want you to look at lines 4 and lines 5. Is everybody familiar with what line 4 means?
Equity investments without readily determinable fair values. Nope, not me.
Stocks. Right? That's what equities are. Stocks, your investments, right? Because they do not have a readily determinable fair value. Why? Because the stock market fluctuates. Right? So
right.
Today, Tesla is worth $100 bazillion. And niggas is going out buying Benzes and Balenciaga and Burberry and bitches.
But didn't it drop? Didn't the value of the Tesla drop?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken?
Yes, it did. I'm using that as an example.
Yeah.
Then Elon Musk turns around and tweets, black people have thumbs. And, everybody wants to cancel him. So now, because a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, just depend on your investments. Cool. Now that Elon Musk tweeted black people have thumbs, nobody's buying Tesla. Nobody's using PayPal. Nobody's doing none of this shit. They canceled them, right? So now you had your whole retirement nest egg in this shit, and this nigga tweeted some dumb shit, and it's going to lose all its value or gain more value. That's why it's not readily determinable. You can't tell what it will be worth. It could be worth more. History has shown that the return on investment over the actual time horizon, which time horizon is generally 20 years. Time horizon means from when I put my money in or get in the game, when am I going to take my money out or get out the game? The average time horizon for an investor is 20 years. It's ironic that they tell you to buy term and invest the rest. The most commonly sold term type of life insurance policy in the world is a 20-year term. Right?
That's right. You said that last night. 20 or 30, but so you went with the least 20 years. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Now, equity investments without readily determinable fair values. Just so you know, this means dollar amounts in thousands. So the numbers that you're going to see are billions. So this means the assets that they have in the stock market. And this is Bank of America. $6.1 billion. Well, that's a hell of a lot of money. Exactly. That's why they tell everybody to go to the stock market, right? You see this word right here that I just highlighted in blue? Or I'll make the screen bigger. What's that word, bro?
Assets.
That's what we don't say in the hood. We just say life insurance. Right?
Yeah.
What does the bank say? Bank says life insurance asset.
That's right.
Right? Damn, how come they only got one line for the stock market, but there's three lines for the fucking life insurance? Let's look at some numbers. General account life insurance assets, separate account life insurance assets, hybrid account life insurance assets. General, $2.9 billion. Separate, $19.4 billion. Holy shit. Wait, that's $21 billion. I'm sorry, $24 billion, right? Because this is basically 20. So $23 billion to $6.1 billion. What product are they pushing on us? The stock market. What product are they putting money in their pockets for? Right?
Damn.
Hold up. I'm not done. You see this is 4 pages. Let's go to Citibank. Right? How come Citibank has it too? Right? So what this is called is BOLI, bank-owned life insurance. Right? So equity investments without readily determinable fair value, Citibank, $5.9 billion. And then in life insurance, about $5.3 billion. Right? Almost neck and neck. But that's because Citibank was involved with Primerica, so they had to kind of move away from a lot of their life insurance assets. Right? But that's not it. Remember, this, and again, this is this is including interest receivable. Oh, this is just kind of the legends of stuff. So this is J.P. Morgan Chase. Equity investment, $6.1 billion. General account life insurance, exact match, $6.1 billion. Separate account life insurance. Oh, we're just going to basically double ourselves up in life insurance. Right? Now, remember when you spoke about Chris Paul and shit. And
I just got a text. I got to tell you this shit. Mm-hmm. Yo, Aaron, I just got a text said, very informative, but I can't take the smack it.
My fault.
I just threw the DM. I just said, yo, he high. Very informative, but he high. Nah, we appreciate that, man. This love over here. We fuck with each other, man. If you come over here, we ain't gonna try to make you feel bad. We gonna make your ass laugh, bro. We appreciate what you doing tonight for us too, bro. Like for real, man. And I read it, and I need that interview because I want your exclusive story on how you overcame everything and came to this part of your life. But let's get back to this work.
No doubt. So I'm not going over a lot of the rest of this stuff because it's obviously not it. Obviously, I'm a salesman. I'm pointing you to certain things, but you can definitely look at this yourself. All right. And what this is called is bank-owned life insurance, or BOLI. Now, remember I told you yesterday about COLI, corporate-owned life insurance, right? Now, I done told y'all about a whole bunch of 4-letter words that ain't fuck. Guess that. Right? And they have not, none of us in the hood have heard of this stuff. Right? We just now talking about infinite banking in the hood.
Damn.
Infinite banking is a 20-year-old concept. Right?
Smash that like button. This is what we need. Smash that like button. You smash them like buttons but then again, everybody over here grown folks. But I'm just saying in the YouTube world, you know, they'll smash, they give you 7,000 likes if somebody getting killed or thrown off a roof.
Oh, yeah.
This is that energy we need. This is that information. You know how it's calm and peaceful over here. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that stayed in. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody. Share this information. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Go subscribe to Mr. Alonzo Hall YouTube channel, the All-Star Insurance King. Let's get it, man. Cash rule everything around me. Creed.
Get the money.
Dollar bill, y'all.
So, I hate this shit when they put these big ass ads up here. So remember,
Bay said, if you can, keep the brother as a regular on the show at least once a week. Look at that. Look at that, bro.
Wow.
Look at that, bro. He said, and this is a very, 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 very positive brother right here. Go subscribe to his channel. All jokes aside, yo, go subscribe to his channel, brother. That's Cosmology Bay. Great brother right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
So, what is bowling? Remember, I just mentioned it here, right? In this. No, wrong document. Sorry. In this, right? So, what is bowling? This is from Investopedia. Bank-owned life insurance. How does it work? So, bowling is a product where the bank is a beneficiary and the owner, right? Such insurance is used as a tax shelter for the financial institutions. Didn't I just say that with this guy? But see, when I've been saying this since 2010, niggas looked at me like I was a fucking alien. My ICE insured, fuck life insurance. Niggas go to jail, they need $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. You could get it. Bam. Right?
And that concept you said last night, give that to him one more time. That's been in my head. You said to all the brothers out there buying 4 pair of Jordans. Break that down to them, bro.
Right? So, let's show. Right? We're going to show you what a 50-year-old man, right? Because I know niggas who 50 who still buy J's. We're going to do a small death benefit of $100,000. Now, the way that I'm setting this up right now, this is an index universal life, right? This is the S class of life insurance, right? Like I told you, I compare life insurance to Mercedes-Benz. Right now, I'm driving the E class. I'll show y'all what an E class is compared to an S class. But, excuse me, an S class is the big dog, right? So, we're going to say this 50-year-old for 100,000. Actually, no, I'm not even going to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this. Okay? I'm going to send the target. At 50, putting $100 a month away for your index universal life insurance policy. And this is how Primericans do it to make your policy look bad. So they underfund it, right? Because $100 a month for this type of policy, because of the cost of the policy, is not going to net you much cash value. So you're going to be like, well, fuck it. I could save a whole lot of money and just buy term. Because after 10 years, you put $12,000 in, but you're 60. And you've only got access to $7,200. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, but if you're not 25 or under, $100 a month don't cut it on life insurance. I'll show you why. Right? So, again, we're not even going to look at the cash value. Let's just look at the death benefit. So the death benefit is $53,309. your account value does grow, obviously, as your premium goes in, and they store some of it. Almost half, a little more than half, goes to your cash value. So more than half of that $100 that you're putting into the insurance company is not going to somebody's death benefit or to somebody else's pocket. It's going in your own fucking pocket. So black people stop. I don't trust no insurance company. I ain't gonna give them no money. You are stupid as fuck. You're taking money out of your own mouth. And this is gonna grow. This particular policy is gonna grow at 5.64% monthly compound interest rate. Meanwhile, you niggas will get spanked and scammed and brought over to Charles Schwab or Marcus Millichap, which is Goldman Sachs, to say, I've opened a money market account, which grows at fucking 0.5% interest, which means half of 1%. And it grows at an APY, which means annual percentage yield, which means that if you put $1,200 away today with Marcus Millichap, aka Goldman Sachs, you have to leave that money, that $1,200 in that account until 6/30/2024 in order for you to earn that 0.5% interest. And there are minimums in that trigger your interest, usually $25,000. We went over this yesterday, didn't we, Big Dice?
Yes, sir.
I know I do have to repeat it because obviously everybody wasn't there. But I'm just reiterating, right? So can you see how they miseducate us already?
That's right.
Right? So now, again, this one after 20 years, you're going to put 24 grand in, right?
That's right.
But that's 20 whole years, right? But at the end, you only have access to $23,761. Well, wait, if I do some math, right, over the course of 20 years, right, 24,000 minus 23,671. Oh, I'm sorry, 761. So you paid
Bad vibes. I see you in the building.
You paid $239 for your life insurance over the course of the last 20 years. So 239 divided by 20. Your whole life insurance costs you $11.95 a year. And this is set up not to be attractive. Yet a Primerica agent will come here and rip this apart. It's too expensive. And yip. I just showed you in real math. The calculator don't lie, right?
That's right. Hold it down. I'm running to the bathroom. Hold it down. You got it.
I got you.
Let them know.
So, and hit the Cash App. That's right. So, technically, they'll tell you, listen, this term insurance policy is $11.95 a month. When you break it down after 20 years, I showed you the math, 24,000 divided minus 23,761. So out of your pocket came 24,000 over the course of the last 20 years in increments of $100 a month. Right? Had you died any point in that period, your family would have gotten this 53,000. But you didn't die. So now you have access to this 23,761 if you want it. You can leave it there. You can use other strategies that I charge for to teach people how to use. Right? Like I said, the tax shelters, the ILITs, irrevocable life insurance trust. Right? But now let's say you live 30 years. You put 36 grand out, you got access to 52K. And if you cancel the policy, they give you 52K. 36 minus 52 means that over the course of 30 years, the life insurance company paid you $16,998 to make sure that when you die, your family gets at least 55 grand. But whole life insurance is too expensive. Right? And again, this isn't a traditional whole life that I'm showing you. This is an investment grade life. But let's manipulate it a little more. Right? Let's use that same $100, right? Let's use that same $100. And remember, if you were here yesterday, the Colombian cocaine cartel overfunded those life insurance policies, right? Before they started. My cat is over here going crazy. What's the matter, Graham? Right? So the same $100 a month now buys a $50,000 death benefit, right? Give me 1 second. However, actually, I don't think it substantially changes. Yeah, it does substantially change. 77, 72. Yeah. So in this scenario, okay, we've set up the policy to be overfunded. So he's paying for more death benefit. I'm sorry, he's paying for less death benefit than his $100 would actually get for him. So here, $100 would actually get him $53,000 of death benefit. But because he's working with an agent like me and we're knowing how to overfund it,
I'm back.
$100 is getting him $50,000 worth of death benefit. Right? But it also increases his cash value. Now, when I show this to people, this is how it turns from $1,200 a year to $1,200 a month. Right? So I'm going to show you these same numbers, right? $1,200 a month instead of $1,200 a year, right? At $100. But I want to show you this at $100 because it's not strong enough if you're 50. But if you were 20, you'd see so much beauty in this. Right? At 50, it does have to be $1,200 a month. This is what I tell folks. Listen, the older, if you're over 25, $100 a month ain't gonna get you no infinite bank. Right? I tell most of my clients it starts at $1,000 a month. Otherwise, don't talk to me about it because it's not gonna make sense for you. Right? Now, there are caveats to that, right? So don't be scared away from it. Because we can make anything fit in any budget. But people look at this and like I have a homeboy who's a real estate broker, has his own fucking firm in New York City, right? Came to me, yo, listen, I got like $20,000. I want to put this money in the life insurance policy because I heard you could borrow against it to buy real estate and da. Nigga, you sell real estate. You know how the fuck equity works, right? Yeah. All right. When people get equity in their house, does it happen fucking day one? Well, depending on the down payment. Okay, so if you 54 fucking years old, you think $20,000 one time is gonna buy you a big ass death benefit? But unfortunately, insurance agents really can't talk to people like that. Right? Because it sounds stupid as shit. Remember, we get paid 100% commission. So I get paid $0 fucking for coming 2 fucking hours in a suit and tie, wasting my gas to come knock on your fucking door for you to be like, oh, I forgot. Fuck out of here, nigga. I hope your family forget when your ass die. But if I say that, I'm the asshole.
Facts.
Right? But because we'll sure enough have that fucking GoFundMe. I don't donate to nobody GoFundMe. Unless they're like me and they were uninsurable. If you're uninsurable, I'll donate to your GoFundMe. But if you like many dudes I know who, nigga, I'll do anything for my kids. Get some life insurance. You won't do anything for your kids.
Let me ask you something. That's a question I wanted to ask you also. How do you feel about what's the I know this is sad for people to think about, but unfortunately certain things happen. Tell me how you feel about insurance for babies and children.
It's a fucking
life insurance for them.
Yeah, it's a fucking excellent idea. Prime example. 2012, when my godson was born, we had his baby shower. And I ain't gonna hold you, I was kind of jealous because his father's best friend bought him some baby Jordans. So he was like, yo, I want to steal nobody's shine, so I'm gonna go first. Right? So he's like, yo, I got him some baby Jordans, you know, the most expensive, you know, gift and all that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, my guy. I just got him $30,000. The fuck? Nigga, how? So life insurance is eligible to be placed on a person as soon as they are 15 days old. See, wealthy people use life insurance the right way. Prime example. One of the principals or VPs at one of the carriers I worked for. Let's take a look at this retirement plan. Let's say this was June 6th, 2023. I have 19. Is that 2 weeks? Yeah, that's 2 weeks. Come on. Okay. So now this baby is 0 years old, but at least 15 days, right? Let's put $100 a month. Remember, I told you life insurance shouldn't be paid forever. So let's put $100 a month in this life insurance policy for this kid for 10 years, right? Having it set to overfund. Because, see, y'all get pushed into this bullshit called the Section 529 College Savings Plan and think you're doing something. Right? So, it'll get him a $126,000 death benefit. Again, this is because we're buying the least amount of death benefit for the most amount of money. Because we want to accelerate the cash value growth. Right? So, these are the numbers that you always want to look at. So, $1,200 a year for your son. At 10, you paid $12,000. But you or he has access to $10,372. And if you cancel the policy, you got access to $10,209. Now, remember, I told you, you stop paying. He was born in 2023. In 2033, he's 10. You do not pay another dime into this whole life insurance policy. But if you'll notice here, the cash value continues to grow. Remember, here was 10,372. Now it's 10,917. Now it's 11,495. Now it's 12,107. Okay, you had to wait 3 years, but now it's more money than you put in. Well, now time is going. He's finally 20 years of age. There's $17,292 available. So unlike a Section 529 college savings plan, which has now been opened to apprenticeships, you generally still have to use it for college and university. Accredited. Well, my son wants to be a barber. And barber school happens to be 20 grand. And we all got bad credit. No, we don't. Listen, I'm about $15,000 from this life insurance policy. I borrowed the other $5,000 from the bank. See what the rate was for me to borrow the whole $20,000 from the bank. And whatever that rate is what I'll pay back to myself, paying the cash back into my life insurance policy, becoming my own motherfucking bank. Oh, and it's tax-free because you can't get taxed on a loan. But fuck life insurance. My ice chain watch is iced out, and because it's iced out, it's lost all its fucking value. My cousin broke it down to me. The one I told you is the president of an auto club. Right? He customized all his caddies, but he was like, I can never sell them back to the dealership. I always got to sell them on the private market. I was like, why? He was like, nigga, I got hell in my trunk, rims, custom paint. Don't nobody want all that.
Right. That's right. Cadillac's supposed to be, they want them to be, straight up, just like they came out the showroom, just like Lincoln. Yeah.
Straight stop. You know? Oh my God.
And you said something last night about, because like I said, I got people and friends that I know that have did certain things, but I want to know how they did this, because you said, I was told that you didn't have to have anything connected to a person for life insurance, but you said there had to be some type of interest in the clause. So could you explain that to me?
I'm gonna show it to you. Oh, yeah, this is boldly because I forgot we was talking about that. But yeah, so life insurance is a tax shelter, blah, blah, blah. All right. Insurable interest. So Investopedia. What the fuck? Why did they be doing all these fucking ads? What is insurable interest? Insurable interest is a type of investment that protects anything subject to a financial loss. A person or entity has an insurable interest in an item, event, or action when the damage or loss of the object would cause a financial loss or other hardship. To have an insurable interest, a person or entity would take out an insurance policy protecting the person, item, or event in question. The insurance policy would mitigate the risk of loss if something happens to the asset, like becoming damaged or lost. So they don't really explain this accurate. They do and they don't, because they're also commingling property when they say you become you end up having an insurable interest, right? Because that's why when you list your beneficiary on the life insurance, they ask the relationship, right? Now, there are some companies that are unscrupulous that will take your money and let you write the policy, but that's another reason we have this thing called errors and omissions insurance. Dude, I don't know if I told you the other day, back in 2012, I got sued for $1 million. The bitch won 410 grand out of court, but I had insurance for that. Ironically enough. Right? So this game is real, bro. Motherfuckers think you got mad bread when you sell insurance.
Same thing like when niggas is hustling. Huh? They got this bad misconception that people in the street got about your money, but they forget about the lifestyle, the bills, the losses.
Most of that is re-up money.
Especially if you're not stacking.
Yeah.
They don't tell about the losses. They don't tell about the insurance. The insurance you need in the hood, which is money for bond, bail, and lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
There's a better insurance that you need too. When I was coming up, I don't know if you know this, Alonzo. When I was coming up, niggas was getting kidnapped. Niggas had, I know people that had hundreds of thousands of dollars put to the stash just in case they got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. These is facts. Jay Queen, I see you in the building. Everybody that's just popping in today, do me a favor. This is where the grown folks come hang out. Hit that like button, hit that share button. More than likely, hit that subscribe button. And do me one more favor. Hit the bell notification for you know when we going live.
So insurable interest is the basis of all insurance policies, linking the insured and owner of the policy. Right? It says it can be an object, which is if it damaged or destroyed wouldn't result in a financial hardship. So this is why people tell you to do shit like get insurance on your jewelry, right? Because again, remember, I also sold car insurance too. So I know all about both types, right? People will be like, I already got my jewelry covered. It's in my homeowner's policy. Yes, up to generally $1,500, maybe $2,000. So if you rocking iced out bezel Jacob the Jeweler $45,000 Paddocks, you have to get a separate entity policy on it. Kind of like how Kim Kardashian did with that $4 million ring she got robbed for in New York or France.
Allegedly.
Well, what she did was she took the item, got it appraised, or at the time of purchase, took a picture of the receipt, sent it to the insurance company, called State Farm, and was like, hey, motherfucker, I want to insure this ring. How much is it? $4 million. Okay, you got to give us $11 a month. And if something happens to the ring, we'll pay you $4 million.
Damn.
Car insurance. Insurance is created because of the spread of risk. Black people know it as a support system. We used to know it as the church.
You're a little bit away from your mic.
So insurance, insurance uses a group collective. Black people used to know it as the church, right? Miss Johnson like you said, the neighbor out the hood, bro. The hood used to be our insurance because we would depend on each other. Yo, I need this, I need that. You need this, you need that. We got this, we got that. Right? Now, to exercise insurable interest, the policyholder will buy insurance on the item or entity in question. So the policy must not create a moral hazard in which a policyholder would have a financial incentive to allow or even cause a loss. So this is where you cannot get a policy on somebody without their consent or knowing. Right? Because then if that's the case, I'd be running to all the gangbang. Yo, Chicago, tell all your ops, fuck them, fuck 1st, 2nd, 3rd Street. No disrespect if those are actual streets. Right? And kill them all and get a life insurance policy on them, and y'all will be even richer for killing them all. That's not, so somebody told you some shit that it's possible because there are some companies and some agents who are unethical, and then they end up being like me, sued, or even worse. Now, I wasn't sued because I was unethical, but they end up like me being sued. Though one dude of mine was like, with this older white dude I know was like, oh, you finally got sued? Yeah. He was like, dude, you're not doing anything in this business till motherfuckers start suing you. I was like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah, dude, I've been sued 3 times in the last 3 years. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, so white boys get sued. So understanding insurable interest. So it's a method of pooled risk, right? So that's what, like I said, we used to do. We used to pool our risk together, right? We do it in black families now. That's why it's 17 people living in the house, and Uncle Sam and Cousin John sleep on opposite ends of the bed, and they feet in each other's face because everybody's coming together to support to live in that house, right? So yeah, that's basically the gist of insurable interest. You can't. I mean, like I said, you can, but you're likely not gonna get that claim paid, right? They gonna find a way not to pay you, straight like that, right? And as you can see, even here, they're quoting ETFs, but people don't even know that those are literally the same thing as mutual funds. It just sounds nice. He's on fire. It sounds nice, right? I'm gonna close this. Yeah, this is the old dude. So yeah, with the kids, because I wanted to answer that question. So yes, for the kids, it's a good thing. Your question was about for the kids was, do I think the Gerber Grow Up Plan is good? No. Why? Because that is something called term to perm. If you're gonna get an insurance policy on a juvenile,
that was New York Nikki that said she had that. She said she got Gerber Life for all 3 of my girls since they was babies.
Congratulations. Good job. Right? It's better to have something than nothing. But again, we don't get educated on what the hell we getting, right? So we just walk in, here you go, okay, see you later. That's it. Right? So for the juvenile, instead of paying $100 a month from 0 to 24, right? It's $10 a month for $50,000 worth of coverage. But that is something called term to perm. So it's a term policy until they turn 24. It's technically called term to 25. In fact, let me see if they have that on Google. Right? But term to 25. What does term 25? No, that's a different than term 225. A 25-year term, no. Term 225. actually. Juvenile term to juvenile term to age 25 coverage offers affordable protection until age 25 for your children, ages 30 days up until 18 years old. Your benefit doubles on the policy anniversary and of a child turning 18 years old with no change to your premium. So until they're grown, it's a term policy. So you're not gaining anything.
Damn.
Join us with the Gerber Grow Up Plan. Shit sounds fucking amazing, don't it?
Fucking amazing.
Right? I used to rap back in the days, man. I spit a bar like this. I say, yo, through everyday struggles in life, you got to hold on. They never knew black people would be so strong. Like when they started slavery, but they didn't expect for us to all pull together and want to respect. What they failed to detect, they just lived to regret. They didn't teach us how to read or write. They said we'd be all right. They used whips and chains to keep us too weak to fight. But we kept on grooving and going. Through the 1960s and the Black Panther motion. The 70s, it was plays and pimps. They said those niggas happy now. Let's hope it stays just like this. And in the 80s, damn, shit got crazy. You had to be like, yo, fuck you and pay me. Somebody got stabbed and the stabber laid low. As the days flowed, they showed us the yo. They said, hey, you fucker, go and get paid. Hoping that one day this plague would get us all slayed. They gave us some guns and they taught us to spray. 10 years past that failed, so they taught us with AIDS. And through today, right now when my pen hit the page, the devil still hate us and no one is to pray. Listen, I wrote that rhyme in 2006, bro. Right. Sorry, I don't rap no more. That's why I call myself 25 Cent. I got shot half as many times.
Yo, this dude is insane. Yo, at least you got a humor about it. See, that's the good part. Inshallah. At least you still got your wit and you still got your humor. Some people, unfortunately, go into certain depressions after certain things, but inshallah, look at you, my man.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. So that's my issue with those types of policies. Also, family plan. Do everybody gets their own fucking family, their own fucking policy. Yeah, it's going to cost you a few dollars more, but it's going to save you a hell of a lot more dollars. Right? Pound wise, penny foolish. Or penny wise, pound foolish, excuse me. Right? So, like I showed you in the last illustration, the term life insurance, at the end, you're done. The whole life insurance, you stop paying when your kid is 10. At 20, he got 17 grand. You only put away 12 grand. But people will be busy opening a Chase bank account thinking you're going to get monthly compound interest when you get APY, annual percentage yield. Which means that the money has to sit there and not be touched for an entire year at a certain balance, which if it's Chase Bank, it's at least $15,000. And then they'll start giving you the 0.00002% that they give you. Because Chase don't give you a lot of percent. Because they're a big-ass bank. Also, let's talk about generational wealth. And again, shit that we don't do. Because we don't think about things like buy-sell agreements or business exit strategies. Like I said, I could do this shit every day for a month straight and have different topics simply on life insurance. Right? But, what was I talking about? Buy-sell agreements, business exit. Oh, yeah. So let's talk about generational wealth. There's two companies, because I'm writing a book. It's called Get Rich While Dying Trying, because I got shot 5 times. I got shot 5 times, 50 got shot 9. So, I'm copycat, right? And in this book, I mentioned about generational wealth and familial wealth. See, people think of generational wealth as motherfuckers like the Kardashians and, all that shit you see on the hills on MTV. It is and it isn't. The reason it isn't is because the wealthy families you don't know about, but right? So let me give you 2 extremely famous wealthy families you have no idea. Excuse me, 1 extremely famous wealthy family that you have no idea exists, but you do. So we just mentioned him, right? J.P. Morgan of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, right?
That's right.
So notice what his name is, J.P. Morgan, right? So, have you heard of a company called Morgan Stanley?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that the person who created Morgan Stanley is named Henry Sturgis Morgan, aka the grandson of J.P. Morgan? Like I said, don't believe me. Fuck that. Your Google search beats my 10,000 hours of, and I'm not talking about you, but this is Henry Sturgis Morgan, Henry Sturgis Morgan Jr. Right? Henry Sturgis Morgan, right? Family relationship of J.P. Morgan and Henry Sturgis Morgan. J.P. Morgan, American banker and art collector, grandfather to Henry Sturgis Morgan, co-founder of Morgan Stanley. The fuck? But you know, niggas always look at me like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
Excuse my language, Bubba.
That's crazy.
I'm so passionate.
You good, bro?
Right?
We grown folks over here.
Facts. It's funny because people get nervous. You shouldn't say fuck you're not professional. I'd be like, yo, listen, what's worse, me saying fuck or the conditions we live ourselves in? Right? Think
Beaver
about
Valley is in the building. I say you, Beaver Valley is in the building.
What's good? What's good? You know? So I don't want to hold people too long. I don't want to make it unabsorbable. I think this is probably good for now.
That's a fact. And we got you definitely be back up on the show. We appreciate all this knowledge, bro. Crazy.
No doubt. And when you're ready, hit me back up. We'll definitely do more. I feel as if I very much appreciate you doing this.
I appreciate you explaining this to us, man.
And please, guys, if you, she says, I can't stay. I'll check the replay. Okay, no doubt, Beaver. What's depreciated? I'm just looking at the chat, seeing if anybody had any further questions. So yeah, things like
the link is dropped. If anybody want to pull up and ask them something right quick before we get out of here, the link is dropped.
Yeah. You're welcome. I don't bite. Let me stop my wife right here. She's about to slap the shit out of me. Yeah,
22 likes. Brother, I appreciate that, y'all. 22 likes.
Like I said, I appreciate you
going on right
to come, drop this knowledge. Anybody want to come up, ask questions? If you feel, shy, type it in the chat. My
Jay Queen, that's North Carolina in the building. That's my man Kenny. He using his girl phone because Kenny is a man. So I don't know why he got Jay Queen squad up there, but shout out to my man Kenny. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He enlightened and he love it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, I got shot on. If you from North Carolina and you know about the Winston area, I got shot on Peters Creek Parkway, right? So across the street was a good ass K&W cafeteria, right? I'm talking North Kakalaki shit right now. And I love my cheer wine too. And fuck, what's the other place? Not BBQ, barbecue. Because they got BBQ in New York, but that's something different. BBQ is my shit. I don't know how long it's been since you've been to New York, but bro.
Oh, I just been up there. I was actually supposed to be there last week. But my cousin reneged on driving, and then unfortunately, rest in peace to my cousin Bill. I had an overdose this weekend, so I was supposed to go up there this weekend, but we just had another family, so I'm really undecisive. But I know this fentanyl epidemic that's destroying the world is just destroying so many people in my family, man. It's like, damn, people are really running from the realities of life and trying to escape reality pertaining to drugs. And this fentanyl epidemic is really destroying us, like really.
Yeah, that's crazy, and even that, like, your life insurance can be used for so much. You need to pay for drug treatment. Guess what? You got cash in your life insurance policy. You can use it. So you know what? Can I drop a little bit more, or you really ready to drop?
Yeah, I'm go ahead, baby. We here.
So see, you re-inspired me. So let's talk about loans, right? Because this shit pisses me off because I used to have my real estate license. I used to be a REBNY realtor, Real Estate Board of New York. So those $1 million listings and shit that you see, I used to sell them. In fact, if you look on fucking Herkimer Street, bro, the crackers is getting near. He was gonna let me sell a property he had on Ralph Ave. Ralph Ave. Fucking Ryan Serhant from Nessie, because I don't know if you watched that show, but
damn.
Yeah. I know you know Ralph Ave, though.
Yeah, of course. I'm from Utica. I'm from Utica Avenue.
Thank you.
Utica Park and Prospect.
Yeah. Oh, so you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I used to stomp over by like Tompkins. I was all over. Well, you know what's crazy though? In my insurance career, I have had very few clients in Brooklyn. The majority of my clients are in the Bronx, where the sex, money, murder bloods hang out. So I tend to always go there with a blue paisley tie. I'm about that, man. I've been shot 5 times. Y'all niggas ain't gonna scare me, but I'm about to give y'all this work. So if I gotta make y'all come look at me sideways and phone check, homie, nah, phone check to you, cuz. Like,
nah, phone check to you, cuz.
Right. Listen, it's much bigger than these rags, right? Brotherly love or overcoming oppressive destruction, community revolution in progress, growth and development, right?
Yes, facts.
These things are not for bullshit, but they took the neighbor out the hood and then niggas just started killing each other and not even getting money for it. Right? Like I said, the most gangsters thing niggas run around. The ops put $50,000 on my head. You bitch ass niggas, come collect. Be the same nigga talking about, hey, it's $100 a month for this $1 million term life insurance. Not even whole life term life. I gotta think about it. Fuck you gotta think about. Cause when them ops run up on you in the middle of the street like they did your boy Mo 3 and clap him a bunch of times, they wasn't thinking about some shit. Classic. Shout out to classic music. CLASSIKMUSSIK. Great artist out of Texas. Did a song with Bun B, Picture Me Rolling. Recently. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. Anyway. I work with a lot of entertainers and athletes as well. That's why you see premiums the size that you do. Your average American ain't putting 40, 50 grand into a life insurance policy. They can't afford it. Right? But they can afford, like you said, $800, right? $1,200. Why? Because that's how much it costs for your Beamer payment.
That's a fact.
Right? Before the car insurance. And you made sure to get the car insurance because you got to take your Beamer out on the road and show the homies.
Facts.
Right? And it ain't even the latest year Beamer. But it's $1,205 a month. $1,205.58. And you gonna pay that shit proudly. But let my black ass say, hey, listen, I need $58 a month for this life insurance policy. I've already shown you it's gonna. Yo, I promise you, I've shown niggas this. Hey, it's gonna do this. Damn, all that money? Yeah. All right, cool. $100 a month. I gotta think about it. So there's also reasons for that. So a lot of that is the process of life insurance because you don't know the process. So you think you need money today. So a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't want to do it today because you think you have to pay me today. No, I take your payment information today. Now, I can take premium today, but that does not mean that I must take premium today. Premium means you don't have to give that insurance agent a fucking dollar when you apply for the life policy. On average, it's going to take about 8 weeks before they decide whether or not they're going to take your money. See, when you apply for life insurance, you don't pay for life insurance with money. Right? I'm trying to see where the other thing that hold on, let me pull up my email. And I'm gonna pull up the other. I'm closing these illustrations because I don't forgot what I was talking about on them.
That's that crap.
Yeah, that it is. Fuck, I just forgot what else. I should start teaching courses on this shit, man. Right. So remember, I said you don't pay for life insurance with your money. You pay for life insurance with your health. Right. So I'm gonna share a screen.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, you pay for it with health and age. Right. What do I mean by that? Can you, when you get the opportunity, can you share my screen?
Say it again.
When you get the opportunity, can you share my screen?
Oh yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was rolling up another split.
That's all right. That's why I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to go back.
We got Ron Boggs in the building. Ron Boggs just woke up off that ooh-wee. He is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Let me give my man some time for an intermission because my man Ron Boggs in the building.
Yes,
Let
sir.
my man some time to breathe. Let's rock, y'all.
Fact.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, there was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Swiss baby, careful with this. I mean this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, there was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Appreciate y'all for being here, man. We got Mr. Alonzo Hall in the building, man, telling us about the importance of this life insurance, especially with us in our neighborhoods and our environments. If y'all just pulling in, we've been rocking for about 2.5 hours, and we still gonna keep rocking. So make sure you catch the replay tomorrow, tonight. Share this to a friend, like and subscribe. We getting back to this work over here at the Big Dice Chronicles. Proceed, Mr. Hall.
No problem. Appreciate it again. So again, you don't pay for life insurance with your money. You pay for it with your health and your age, right? So remember, that's why tobacco using triples your price, right? You and another gentleman could be the exact same age, height, weight, date of birth, everything, right? Y'all eat the same way, y'all, everything else is the same, but you smoke and he don't, you're paying 3 times as much as him. Right? So whatever it costs him 100, it's going to cost you 3. So remember what I said yesterday about collateral assignment. So this is also part of why they do what we call financial underwriting, right? And it says, have you ever sold, assigned, or pledged as collateral a life insurance policy or an interest in a life insurance policy? Well, why would they say that? Well, remember yesterday we looked at collateral assignment, right? What is a collateral assignment of life insurance? Collateral assignment of life insurance is a method of providing a lender with collateral when you apply for a loan. In this case, the collateral is your life insurance policy's face value, which could be used to pay back the amount you owe in case you die while in debt. Now, collateral assignments generally need to be whole life. Why? Well, let's check it. What Investopedia says, right? So, so essentially, the lender has a claim to some or all of the death benefit until the loan is repaid. The death benefit is used as collateral. So, as opposed to a mortgage where you use the physical house as collateral, and when they foreclose, they take the house. If you use your life insurance as collateral, when they foreclose, what do they take? The life insurance. That's why it needs to be cash value life insurance. Again, whole life insurance. But by term, invest the difference because, term is cheaper. But, right, the advantage of using a collateral assignee over naming the lender as a beneficiary is that you can specify that the lender is only entitled to a certain amount. So, again, like I said, let's say you get a $500,000 death benefit. You go to the bank, you see a house is $250,000, so you want to get a loan for $250,000. So you say, bank, give me a loan for $250,000 based on this $500,000 life insurance policy that I've had in force for at least 2 years. The bank's going to say, sure, because if you die, well, we obviously...
A little closer to that mic. We need this information, brother. You're going in and out. I don't want to miss this. I need this. Let's go.
So the mortgage company is obviously going to say, sure, because if you die, well, you've got double the amount we're loaning you there in a financial institution. And if you live in default on the loan, well, there's cash inside of the policy that we can take. So should you move along in the policy and then, right? So let me see. Is this the yeah. So let's say this dude, right? He has a $2.4 million death benefit. So he wants to go buy some real estate, right? And he says, listen, the house I'm interested in is $1 million, right? Okay, well, we need you to give us ABC, bitch. I don't need none of that. Here's a $2 million life insurance policy that I've had in force since I was 44, right? So now she looks at the policy. There's a $2.5 million death benefit. Okay, so you'll make us a signee of the 250 or the $1 million? Yeah. Okay. So then they give him the $1 million. He buys the house and dies tomorrow. 1.586 million dollars is still gonna go to his mama, and the other $1 million is gonna go to the bank. Now, let's say he don't die, right? Let's say he keeps living and he goes on and lives for 10 years, right? And the policy, and then at 10 years, let's say he's got $350,000 left to pay off the mortgage. So he borrows it. Well, it's not exactly 350 here, but the next year it would be. So he borrows the 350 from the policy and pays off the mortgage. What does that do? That immediately eliminates that debt plus whatever money he was paying to the mortgage, right? He would pay that in addition to the $48,000 into the insurance policy. So that $350 that he borrowed against gets put back into his bank. So would you rather pay yourself back over time with interest or the bank back over time with interest? Because this way you're becoming your own bank. You're saying fuck JP Morgan and Henry Sturgis Morgan. I didn't even know they were kids or relatives. I didn't know that Sue Zorman gets paid by TD Ameritrade to tell motherfuckers to buy a term and invest the rest. I didn't know that Dave Ramsey tells people to buy a term and invest the rest because he owns a large majority of a term insurance company. I didn't know that Jay-Z, Will Smith, and Kevin Durant invested in a life insurance company called Ethos. I didn't know Magic Johnson did some big dog shit. You remember, Magic? I'm going to end with this because I want to go smoke again. We remember when Magic Johnson bought the LA Dodgers for like, what was it, like $7 billion?
I thought he bought partnership with the Lakers. I'm learning right now about the Dodgers.
Yeah, he owns the Dodgers, I think it's the LA Galaxy soccer team. Now I need to see. I'm not 1,000% positive on that. But Let's find out. Because I thought, let's see, Google, and then Magic Johnson owns. Oh, he's part owner of the Lakers.
Damn.
Oh, part owner.
We got Legal Guap in the building. We got Oakland. We got Cali in the building. Legal Guap is in the building. Salute.
Yep. Okay, so he's part owner of the Dodgers, LAFC, and the Los Angeles Sparks, and now he's adding the fucking Washington Commanders to that list. Shit. We celebrating Jordan selling a team. Magic keep buying them. You notice these rich white people never sell their team, even when they're losing. And the team sucks. But the Modell family of Modell's Sports Goods has owned their team for I don't know quite some time. The Pittsburgh Steelers are owned by the Heinz Ketchup family. Oh, we didn't. Robert Kraft isn't from Kraft macaroni and cheese. He's owner of Gillette. That's why he owned Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots rented and were going to move until he forced them to stay there until he bought the team. In what, 93? Right? So, now, Magic Johnson owns Equitrust. Watch this. Does Magic Johnson own Equitrust? So we know he bought his share of the Dodgers for about $7 billion. Right?
Damn.
What does this say? Equitrust life insurance? Nobody knows about this purchase, but they know about the fucking LA Dodgers. Right? Magic Johnson Enterprises comprised of multiple business entities and partnerships, acquired a controlling interest in Equitrust in 2015. So this is a $17 billion company. So what you guys don't understand is controlling interest means 51% or more. But so in order to do that, I gotta see what 51%. What's 51%? 17 times 0.51. That's $8.67 billion. Magic just came through it. And we still on Jay-Z dick. I'm not saying anything wrong with Jay. But homie doing things that we don't even know about. We know about Tidal. We know about Ciroc or whatever fucking liquor of the day that the niggas is fucking supporting.
Shout out to shout out to that passion fruit Ciroc by Puff Daddy. I've been fucking with it.
I didn't try that yet.
That shit
I fucks with Ciroc. Dude, I used to fuck with Armandale, my nigga.
Nah, that shit right there is for the Germans, man. I ain't fucking with no Armandale. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, that was headache juice. I was like, yo, Jay, why did you even
Did you want your screen back up there?
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Cool.
I didn't even realize that I still was sharing my screen. I thought I stopped the screen. But yeah, man, these entities and shit, man. Right? I want to show y'all one more thing. Well, you know what? I'm going to save that for next time. Big Dice, remember this, right?
Yes, sir.
MDRT. $1 Million Round Table.
Nikki got that locked in. The minute you said it, she got it.
Okay. Yeah.
$1 Million Round Table. That sounds interesting.
Fuck it. So $1 Million Round Table is a industry standard in financial services. It consists of the top 1% of financial professionals across 75 countries. Right? So when you hear people from companies like PHP, People Helping People, created by Patrick Bet-David of Valuetainment, the nigga who was going to give Tucker Carlson $100 million. He got his fucking money from life insurance. Right? Now this motherfucker going around calling Kanye all kinds of coons and got billions of dollars. Meanwhile, niggas in the hood like Rick Ross telling us, fuck life insurance.
because he's at a financial point in his life where, you know, certain things don't seem the same.
Oh, he definitely got life insurance. He's just telling us.
Of course he does.
Yeah. All them niggas got a COLI policy. They have to. It's drawn in their contract. Artists will perform here. There. I got a niece who was with CMG Music Group. And she sent me the contract. What's this? Why I gotta take this? Oh, you getting some life insurance. What? Yeah, you gotta agree to that. But in 2020, I fell short of making the MDRT. So the qualification is $122,000 in premium. I fell short. I was at $115. So they didn't let me into the party. Right? But you'll hear people from PHP, WFG, LMNOP, XYZ. Might as well put them, any three-letter company, I usually call them the fucking alphabet committee. Right? So PHP, PRI, PFA, WFG, FFL, PFA. Yeah. Now, here's the difficulty, because mine is ADH Wealth Solutions. So it's a three-letter too, but there's more to it. Right? But oftentimes, it's not even those agents' fault. It's the system that they've been brought into. So they're like, yeah, I'm with Rick Ross. Fuck life insurance. Because it seems to make sense, right? But again, the MDRT, you'll hear them also saying, oh, Primerica's got her own Diamond Gold $1 Million Club Award, right? But that's just as asinine as Will Smith boycotting the Oscars back in 2016. Because we recall that, right? Remember? Oscars so white. Well, if the
People's 212, we see you in the building. Prince Nashim, I see you in the building. Salute.
Wait, Prince Nashim?
He's in the building.
That's my cousin?
Prince Nashim, salute. Hit that like button and subscribe.
Hey, that's my cousin. Put a one in the chat. You know this Snoop, nigga, if that's you.
You said it's Snoop, nigga.
Yeah, they call me Snoop in Brooklyn. So that's why you might not. Yeah, I got different names in different towns. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that might be my cousin. I ain't even know. Damn, it's a small world, huh? But yes, so you know, all of these things compound on us, and we don't get taught it, and we get strayed away from it, right? It's just it is what it is. But listen, at any rate, we've been going for 3 hours. I could definitely go for 3 more hours. But I won't go smoke.
I ain't mad at you.
All right. I appreciate everyone who's come to show love. Hit that Cash App. But most importantly, come. I can't leave yet.
Oh, you home, brother? You are home. They pulling up.
I can't leave yet because
People's 212 just pulled up in the building.
All right. I gotta show you.
Nashim said 1. I don't know.
Oh shit, that's my cousin.
Fact.
What up, nigga?
That's it. People got any questions? The link is dropped if you want to. Before he get out of here, the link is dropped. We here. I'm up.
All right. I'm just erasing some client information here, so that we don't see exact names and shit. Protect the innocent. Reading Rainbow. You got mad kids.
He said he just woke up and seen the link in his link.
Oh yeah, I had sent him the I sent out the link to my peoples. I was like, yo, come through. You're about to see me. You know what I'm saying? Holla at my people. Those are Brooklyn natives too, bro. He a Brooklyn native too. So, he be around the way. So let me share my screen with you really quick. This is the last thing I'm gonna share, and then I'm gonna.
Let's go. We here.
I keep saying this the last thing, and then one more thing. Right. So this is a fact finder. This is one of the things I'm gonna charge you $300 to sit down with me over. Right. I'm gonna show you all a brief part of it. Right. So it's a confidential questionnaire. Right. Here's my company's name. Company's at we was in Long Island City. We in the Bronx now. But this is some of the questions and stuff that we go over. So mainly, one of the main things that we go over is your assets and your liabilities, right? So we know what your savings, your investments, your IRAs, your real estate, your business property, your personal property, other things, right? Because a lot of people be like, "Well, I have all this. I'm good." So this real estate, I actually need to minus this $40,000 because I got $40,000 equity in my house. Remember, like I was telling you, life insurance doesn't work like that. You don't have to prove ability to pay back a loan like you do in a home equity line of credit, a HELOC, right? You have to prove ability to pay back a loan anywhere else except for life insurance. So if you're retired, the only other loan you can get is a reverse mortgage, which when they're done with it, they're kicking you the fuck out. Right? So this person is an attorney and they make a decent living, or so they think. But this calculation says that this motherfucker's actually underwater. See, they have $279,300 worth of assets, but they have $330,000 worth of liabilities. So their net worth is negative $50,700. Even though everybody in the world is trying to keep up with the Joneses, because Mr. and Mrs. Jones drive a Benz that they paying too fucking much for. But does shit look good? Shit, my Benz. I overpaid for the shit. I ain't give a fuck. I wanted my Benz, so I got it. Right? That's how shit works sometimes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But why would you overpay for that and then not overpay for this when this is going to get you a guaranteed lifetime income? Like I said, he can go to the bank and borrow he can borrow $2 million right now because he's got $2.4 million in death benefit. They're not worried about it because the policy is in force for at least 2 years. And so when you've got a whole life insurance policy in force for at least 2 years, it'd be pretty foolhardy to cancel it anytime soon after that, because then you literally throw all that cash away. Right? If you're going to cancel it soon, that's why you get a term. Right? Term is for shit like covering short-term loans. Hey, listen, son, I need you to hold me down until tax season. Yo, here's what term insurance is for. Time out. Right? Could you put me in solo mode real quick? Hold on. I'm going to turn on my camera. Hold on. I ain't got no shirt on. Listen. Term insurance is for godparents. What do I mean? Black America. Stop making people your godparent and then being a fucking asshole and not getting a term life insurance policy on yourself that they're the beneficiary of. Because what is being a godparent? When I die, or if I die or I'm incapacitated, Mr. Jojo, you're little Johnny's godparent. That does not mean that because you got money, you gonna buy him some good shit and pay a fucking couple dollars for him. That means that Miss Brewster, if you fucking die, fucking your little kid, I'm gonna be responsible for taking care of that little motherfucker. That's why people end up in foster homes and abused by the people that they get taken care of, because your fucking mama ain't leave me no money to take care of your little raggedy ass. So that's the purpose of term insurance. You want to know something? Wealthy people insure one life at least 7 times. You know how many people? I got one life insurance policy. I'm good. How many pairs of shoes you got, nigga? You got fucking Air Force One J's in 13 colorways, nigga. They're supposed to be red and black. That's the only fucking colors Jordan ever wore because he played for the Bulls.
Facts.
Excuse my.
And it's supposed to be Carolina blue because of the.
Oh yeah, because the Tar Heels. Yeah. I had to take me a sip of water. But yeah, Prince, I be getting on my soapbox on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Big Dice, Brooklyn native in the building. You know what I mean?
Facts of life.
He was gracious enough to let me kind of bombard his panel yesterday and kind of take over. That's kind of what I do everywhere I go.
Oh no, you did that because when I came up last night, like I said, I was up and I was ready to go get crazy and do some humor, you know, with my peoples. But inshallah, God said that ain't what you about, Dice. And you just popped up out the blue because, like I said, you've been in the chat from time to time. And when you popped up last night with that positive message, I could have overlooked it, but nah, my heart said it was a meaning in everything about that. Like I said, I never really paid attention to insurance agents and all that because I thought it was all just a scam. Like, but knowing someone had been through your struggle and overcoming your situations, I could sit down literally and talk to you about it freely and more comfortable as opposed to walking into an insurance company and in the back of my mind, I'm like, all these niggas care about is some motherfucking money. They don't care about me. They hustling me.
They straight hustling. Straight like that. So yeah, that it goes deep. And insurance is like, even that's why I don't even like talking bad against shit like Primerica, because Prudential does the same dumb shit. They want you to recruit and all that shit too. They go about it differently. They steal your leads and shit too. They call it a Project 200. But because they're a fucking, blue chip company, don't nobody particularly complain on them.
And I remember, like I said, I used to have to get up, like you're familiar with Brooklyn. I used to have to get up with my mother, go with her to Atlantic and Nostrand to the Long Island Railroad. She had to be there for the 6:15 train to be in Long Island for the Prime America classes that she would have to take Saturday mornings that started at 8:30.
Damn.
But see, you got to understand this. My mother started selling Prime America insurance when I was like about 22 years old. I'm 50. And she passed away going on 21 years, August 17th. Wow. So this is a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? She was actually the one that actually encouraged my family to look up insurance. And she also encouraged my family to get in tune with Prepaid Legal America.
Yeah, I do that actually, PPLSI. So ironically enough, that's something I'm gonna share a little bit of this more with you.
Yeah, that's how she got informed on it. Actually, through, like you said, through Prime America. Like, these are certain things that was brought up when she was actually training to become a sales agent for Prime America.
So one of the things I'm looking for, hold on, I gotta scroll my page down. So one of the things we ask, here it is, right? That I asked during your fact-finding session, do you have a will? Do you have an attorney? Right? Now, finally, unfortunately, Primerica agents are taught to do it just for a commission. Why do I say that? Because, get with Primerica because you could get a will and trust. They don't quite get taught why or who or what or where or when. Because I hear our people talk, I'm going to get a trust and I'm going to start it with $5,000. Listen, the operative word in trust is not trust, it's fund. How the fuck you gonna fund the trust fund? Well, most trust funds are funded with life insurance. This is why people like Bill Gates and fucking Warren Buffett say, yeah, I'm a billionaire, but I'm not leaving any of my money to my kids, because they're not. They're leaving OPM to their kids, other people's money, because they got shit called life insurance. And they generally pay in a single premium, because you could pay one time for a whole life insurance policy. It might cost you $1 million up front for a $100 million death benefit. But, especially niggas in the street, I got 50, 60 racks, nigga. I'm balling. I just dropped all this money on this Philippe Patek I can't even pronounce and put fucking fake diamonds in. Put that money one time away in a life insurance policy so when the ops smoke your stupid ass, your family really get generational wealth. But ain't nobody teaching you that. So, again, I don't want to go too off in the weeds, and I want to go smoke my weed. So I'm gonna stop there, because like I said, there's so much shit that I want to share, and the reason I keep going and going and going and going and going. You could even ask Prince Nasheen, bro. I've been doing this shit for a number of years, and it's falling on fucking deaf ears. People just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Nah, you don't know what I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because it's a foreign concept, right? Well, I'm talking about the majority of people. And this isn't just the Black community, FYI, right? So I'm not just blaming the Black community. Now, what I am blaming the Black community for is for other professionals like myself, number one, not going and learning our craft, right? And number two, not educating.
Copy.
Because so how is it, right? So this industry, financial services, makes the most millionaires, right? I know people say it's real estate and all that other financial services. Literally selling insurance, believe it or not. But it would make sense that the business of money makes the most money, right? Most hedge funds are basically just insurance companies. Insurance companies are basically just hedge funds. Have you ever heard of State Farm Bank? Have you ever heard of Mutual of Omaha Bank or MetLife Bank? You may not
Only
have.
Insurance.
No. They're not even reinsurance. That's pure insurance, right? Now, you may not have heard of those unless you got a claim paid out. Like, let's say a disability. MetLife will send you a MetLife Bank card. And it will say MetLife Bank. If you're out on the West Coast, you'll probably see a lot of Mutual of Omaha banks. You'll see a lot of them in Nevada. And it's a branch, just like fucking Chase. So every insurance company is a bank. Why? Because they are required to hold and maintain larger reserves than the bank. Why the fuck do you think the bank has Federal Deposit Insurance Commission? I ain't gonna bank with no bank if they ain't got no insurance, but I'm gonna run around and not get no insurance. Niggas will run around with car insurance and still not get life insurance on themselves. So when you drive around with liability only car insurance, what you are saying is, yo, I'm gonna use you as an example. Big Dice, I'm riding around with this 25, 50, 10 coverage. So I got $25,000 worth of life insurance for anybody that I've killed outside of my car. But if I die in my car, fuck my family. Now, if I tell niggas like that, right? If when people are like, I need to think about it with life insurance. Hold on, Big Dice. So what you telling me is fuck your family, right? That I just want to make that niggas would way more buy a lot of this shit. But, you know, we're in a fucking crying society and people like to complain and sue you for $1 million when you do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's 6 and 1. This shit is difficult. Because if I really told niggas, listen, son, you saying all this good shit, I'll do anything for my kids. Whoop-de-wop, the wop, the wop. Nigga, put $200 a month to make sure that if your goofy ass get knocked off, you gonna leave an actual generation of wealth for your kids.
That's right.
Let me show you how to create a college savings plan without paying 2 and 20 fees to a financial advisor like myself for a Section 529 college savings plan, which most people who, especially our folks who are doing a 529, should not be. What you should be doing is a Coverdale, an education IRA. But agents like me get paid way more by selling you a 529, which you cannot fucking afford to fund. Because the way a 529 actually works is this. Yale is $400,000 today. It's $100,000. I don't know that it actually is. I'm using arbitrary numbers. But as of June 30th, 2023, we're going to say Yale is $100,000 a year. So for the whole 4 years, it's $400,000 to go.
Damn.
Right? It's probably more, but I don't know what the exact number is. So in 20 years, right, when my son is in 18 to 20 years, when my son is going to Yale. Yale will be $400,000 a semester or a year, right? For a total of $1.2 million instead of $400,000, right? You get the gist? But a 529 college savings plan allows me to go, okay, Yale is $400,000 right now. Look at the price of college projections. In 20 years, it'll probably be $1.2 million. $400,000, put in this 529 right now. Lock me in for Yale. 20 years goes down. Hey, Daddy, I want to go to Yale. Cool, you're paid for. What? Yeah, don't worry about it. Your school is paid for, son. Awesome. Oh, yeah, by the way, I only paid $400,000. Your son who's going to Yale today because you didn't put away a 529 the right way, well, he's paying the $400,000 per semester. Well, mine is paying $400,000 in total. It's because, again, the numbers aren't exact, but it's hundreds of thousands that you can put into a 529 and get the tax benefit, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, again, you're dunking on a Nerf hoop thinking you're dunking on LeBron. Right? So, like I said, man, this shit is Transformers, bro. It's so much shit with just this insurance shit. I ain't even get into car insurance. And like I said, I sold that too. Right? Y'all
you
think
coming back, bro? We're going to do all this, man.
Hey, don't nobody know the difference between the HO1, HO2, HO3, HO4, HO5, HO6, and HO8. What happened to HO7? It doesn't exist. But what are all?
I don't know what none of them H's were.
HO stands for homeowners. Then the number stands for the type of policy it is. That's generally insurance agent code. So it'd be like, hey, what's the rates on an HO3 for blah, blah, blah. So we know that's a type of a homeowner's policy, whether it be landlords, right? Because people think, oh, I got homeowners insurance. I used to live here. I don't live here now. Well, I can have the same insurance policy on my house. It don't work like that. You need a landlord's policy, right? Whether it be builder's risk, right? So builder's risk is when you get a 203K loan or a construction loan, or you're getting renovations done to your property. You need builder's risk. Why? Because even though the construction company says Alonzo Hall's Construction LLC, we're licensed, bonded, and insured, that's for our fuck ups. But guess what? The bricks and shit when we leave the site, and the bricks and all that shit and the cement and all the materials that are being used to be put onto your property, that belongs to you. So if that brick falls off and busts somebody in the head over the night, they ain't suing Alonzo Hall's Construction LLC. They suing Big Dice because it's your house, homie.
Facts.
But you don't have the right insurance coverage for that. So the insurance company is going to say, oh, Big Dice, you have to poop. You're going to say, what? No, I ain't got to take a shit. No, you have to poop. Bitch, I'm not being PC. This ain't funny. I ain't got to take a shit. I'm talking about my fucking money. Yeah, sir, you have to poop. Pay out of pocket. Thanks for calling Geico. Bye-bye. Click.
Facts.
Right? But we've been trained to get off the phone as quick as possible. Let me go play with my new toy. This, that, and the third. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute. Thanks, big bro.
Oh, yo, Ron Bull said to ask you, where do you be dropping all this knowledge and what types of places?
Generally, I just drop it on my YouTube channel, Facebook. I have an Instagram. But generally, I panel hop a lot. This is how I get my notoriety. People come to my channels. I don't have any rhyme or reason, right? I make money off of YouTube, so it's not like a something that I do consistently. But I make money because of YouTube, so that I keep coming around here because I've met you. I'm somebody gonna do business with me from this. Not today, but it might be 6 months. Somebody like, yo, listen, Zoe, I seen you on Big Dice. I wanted to wait till I had some bread. That's the worst thing to do. Also, the last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with, because I told, especially our people, yo, I'm a financial advisor. Oh, bro, I'm gonna come see you when I get my money right. That's the stupidest fucking shit ever. You ain't never gonna come see me then. Why? Well, there's a couple of things. Lifestyle creep, right? You start making more money, you start buying more expensive shit, right? My suits went from, pay less to Brooks Brothers to, well, not Brooks Brothers yet. Well, yeah, Brooks Brothers, Burberry, same level. But, my suits went from pay less to Brooks Brothers, right? I don't know if you know Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers
Oh,
ain't
yes.
suit.
My mother worked for Saks Fifth Avenue.
Oh, so you see what I'm saying? So, it's levels to it. I forgot what I was going to say. So let me go smoke. I'm a holla, yo. Yeah, I'm all over the place. My link is in the chat a bunch of times. I'm willing to teach. I'm willing to learn, ask questions. Please, next time I come back, ask me questions. I don't care if you feel it's stupid. I don't care if it's the same question. What's the difference between term and whole life? Because most people don't know. And I'm talking about people with their license. I'll give you one more example, Big Dice. I took an agent from Primerica. And I don't say this to embarrass her at all, right? The reason I say this is because she left them for me because she was like, you seem to know something else. And so when she was working with me, she was like, wait, what? Because I won the annuity award 2 years in a row. So I wrote the most annuities in my company 2 years in a row. I'm working on making it a three-peat. All you need is $10,000, y'all, to start an annuity, which is a retirement account. An annuity is literally an IRA, FYI. So if you want to get an IRA, don't go to the fucking bank. Go to the insurance company where the federal deposit insurance is given to the banks. So the banks get insurance on your money. FDIC. Y'all ain't got FDIC?
That's right. You always see that on a little stick in the front. Yeah.
Federal Deposit Insurance Commission.
Facts.
The banks have insurance for getting fucked up. So why the fuck aren't we fucking with insurance?
Just like if they get robbed.
Yeah. They got insurance for that. Right? Just like I told you. I got sued. I had insurance for that. You think I got a fucking $410,000 to pay somebody, my guy? I'm just now starting to get on them checks that you saw. I need a couple more years of those every month, like twice a month, in order to be able to pay somebody that kind of money. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a fact.
Yeah, I had insurance out the ass, nigga. I was like, yo, business liability, this, that, boom. Right? There is such a thing as overinsured, but that's the last thing I'm gonna do because I'm gonna go smoke. So salute to you, brother. Salute to the chat. Salute to everyone who came up, who watches in the replay. Thank you, Big Dice. I'm out.
Say no more, baby. Salute. Y'all already know. That was a great one. That was a great one. That was a great one. That was a great bill. And he will be back to the show. His Cash App is right there. He will be back to the show. That was just the beginning. That was just the beginning. But these are things that we need. All jokes aside. Yeah, we need a little humor and all other bullshit sometimes on YouTube. You know, I might get high, drink some wine, and come up here and make y'all laugh for a little while because it's only jokes to me. I ain't gonna front. All that other shit I'm not even worried about. This right here is the most important thing that I think we should have and utilize these platforms for. Enlightenment, information, support, old-fashioned help, man, you know? Old-fashioned talking and conversation. And certain conversations bring up other subjects. Certain subjects bring up deeper conversations. So on that note, Team Guardian, Mr. Alonzo Hall, I appreciate you for coming through. Prince Nasheem, I appreciate you for coming through. Peoples, 212, I appreciate you. Yo, Dav, Legal Guap is in the building, I appreciate you. Yo, Lil Kenny, J Queen Squad. Look out for J Queen Squad, y'all. Go subscribe to J Queen Squad. That's my man, Kenny, little sister. You dig what I'm saying? Beaver Valley, I know you said you was here for a second. You broke out. Appreciate you for pulling up. Bad Vibes, Donnie Fly 212, Cosmology Bay. Make sure I got everybody. First Class Empire, Rael, Mrs. Shaw Willie. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everybody get acknowledged. She, we was here. Appreciate you for pulling up. James S., I appreciate you for pulling up. FTC Vice, you already know. Chase Melanio. Everybody that decided to pull up tonight, y'all, I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. Brian Etta. You dig what I'm saying? Al Pizzle. Do me a favor, man. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe. I say peace.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they...
Oh, yeah. And shout out to my man Dunbars. He was in the building too. Salute.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when it come to minds. I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. Hold these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.